Okay, hello. Hello, friends. I apologize that I am not as prepared as usual. Normally, I have the entire sketch ready to go. However, I am going to be doing a little bit of sketching with you live, which I'm a little bit nervous about, but might be good for some of you who are curious about seeing me sketch in a live setting. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for some people to pop in. I know sometimes it takes a moment for the YouTube notifications to ping people. So I guess while we wait for some more people to arrive, I shall maybe do the title part up here, which is going to be for the month of June. What font do I want to do? Let's see. Hello. Hello. Okay, I see some people coming in now. Hello. Welcome. I've never done a live stream on a Monday before, but I figured that yesterday I just wanted the day off and have a chill Sunday so I could watch the second part of Stranger Things. So that's pretty much what I did. So I figured I would just, take the risk and stream on a Monday and see what happens. So, and hi, is that Mingyu? Yes. Oh my gosh, good eye. This is Mingyu from 17, which has been the bulk of my obsession for the month of June. So if you saw the title and follow me on Instagram, you'll know that the live stream today is meant to be me working on my June favorites spread. Something that I've been doing for this year is every month I draw a sketchbook page filled with some of my favorite things from that month. And so, yeah, this month a lot of it was diving down the rabbit hole that is the K-pop group 17. Do you listen to Twice? If yes, did you listen to Neon solo? I have not yet, but I have heard that Felix from Stray Kids is featured on her solo album. So now I'm like, okay, maybe that is another rabbit hole I need to dive into. 17 really made the world's temp go up by releasing Hot. Like, who gave them the permission? I know. I'm very much catching that 17 fever 100%. Obsessed. Fully obsessed. Normally, so like for those of you who might not be familiar, normally for my monthly favorites, I have like multiple things that happened throughout the month that I include. And usually it's like music, TV shows, things that I got up to in my personal life. But honestly, the month of June, my brain was just completely consumed by 17 and like BTS. So that is basically what this spread is going to be. So apologies in advance if it's not as exciting as my previous spreads, but you know what? I'm just gonna do my thing. I was gonna go to a Stray Kids concert yesterday, but it got postponed because 3 of the members got sick. Oh no, that really sucks. I didn't know they got sick. That's such a bummer. I'm very jealous that they were coming to a city near you. I mean, hopefully, the concert is able to happen soon. But yeah, when Stray Kids announced their world tour, I was keeping my eye out, but unfortunately, no Canadian dates. Okay, this is definitely off center this June, but you know what? It's okay. I'm going to roll with it. Maybe I will put I'll just make something over here to balance out the unevenness. I feel like for June, I've just been watching TV shows and making my friends listen to a K-pop song so they can join the cult. You know what? That is relatable. I have been more or less doing the same. I watched the Stranger Things, the final 2 episodes of the newest season yesterday, and then I've been slowly making my way through the new Umbrella Academy season. Neither of them have made my June favorites spread though, because to be honest, I liked them, but I didn't love them. I mean, I also have not finished the Umbrella Academy season yet. I'm only maybe 4 episodes in or so. So, there's still time for me to change my mind, I'm sure. And maybe it'll end up in my July favorites, who knows? So, yes, I saw the Stranger Things thing. I don't want to give any spoilers since I'm sure not everyone has seen it yet, since it just dropped over the weekend, but I liked it. I don't know if I loved it the same way everyone else did. I don't have any major obvious problems with it, but I with the second half necessarily. It was more of just overall, I kind of missed having the entire gang together, which has kind of been what has been happening throughout each progressive season, is that they keep getting split up into kind of different groups because there's so many new characters and different locations, and the scope keeps getting bigger. So I do find that I miss kind of the magic of the first season when all of the characters are together, or I guess they're only split up between there's less factions happening, I guess. There was a lot of storylines happening in this season, so I don't know. I adored the 3rd season of The Umbrella Academy so much. I swear each season gets better. I'm sad because I really didn't love this new Stranger Things season because I loved the first season. Drawing along with you, first time using inks. Wish me luck. Ooh, I'm wishing you luck. I'm excited for you. I love when I hear that y'all are also working on art when I'm working on these streams, because it makes it feel like, we're having a little art date. But yeah, I have heard people really love the Umbrella Academy season 3, so maybe it just takes a little bit because I'm not even quite halfway through, I don't think. So maybe I just need to ease into it a little bit more, and then maybe my opinion will change. But so far, I'm kind of got my reservations on it a little bit, but we'll see. Hi, Tina. The new Momo button on the screen to subscribe is so cute. Yay, thank you. I created that kind of icon for my do not bend stamps for my shop a while ago. And so I was like, I should repurpose this for other things. Then I realized I had no kind of YouTube branding that I could take advantage of, so that's why I went ahead and did that. So I have this little space at the top here. So basically it's hard to tell what the heck is going on here. So what is going on with this page is, as we had mentioned at the beginning, this is Mingyu from 17. This is a screenshot from their recent comeback music video, Hot. And then I am also including this little strip here, which is a nod to the BTS Yet to Come music video. So instead of including the actual members in it, I just did the top of the bus is kind of the vibe is what I'm going for. And then I also want to include something at the top here to signify kind of just a lot of the kind of hangouts that I've had with friends over this past month that mostly consisted of anime and K-pop fangirling. So I'm trying to decide what I want to include. So forgive me for the kind of stalling here. This might be a weird request, but can you draw a girl with bleached brows one day? I'm gonna be honest. For me, I'm not in love with like the bleached eyebrow aesthetic. Like if that's something that people are into, then go for it. But personally, like I've always been a lover of a strong eyebrow. So bleached eyebrows is actually the opposite of that. Where did you get the iPad stand? Secret between us 88 other people. I stole it from my previous work. um, yeah, but if you look up like cookbook stands or like tabletop easels or like book stands, you'll find something similar or some kind of, yeah, like signage display type thing. The boy looks handsome. Thank you, thank you. He is very handsome. The actual man, Mingyu. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I went to this, like, sorry for the ring light reflection, but so this is a photo of me. I went to this, so BTS, the K-pop group, they had their like 9-year anniversary, and so in Toronto there was this place called this bubble tea place called Kung Fu Tea, and they were holding this like whole BTS like event, and they had this amazing decorations set up for like photos, and they were handing out these like BTS themed drinks. It was so freaking cute. So anyway, I have the photo up here because I'm trying to find ways to incorporate it into my little spread here as part of my favorites for the month of June. And I'm trying to think of, maybe do I just do balloons? Let's see. What flavor did you get there? I got, so the BTS like themed drink was just like a one standard drink. It was like, what was it? It was some kind of peach tea thing that had like strawberries in it and boba, and it was purple. It was good. I do remember it being good. I don't really remember exactly what... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I forget exactly what the flavor profile of it was, but I do remember it being fruity and that was purple. Okay, I have an idea. So my friend and I, every week, not every week, like every other weekend-ish, we get together and we have some drinks and we watch anime and fangirl over BTS. And I made us these like soju Calpico cocktails, and they were quite delicious. So I think I'm actually going to draw that in here as part of my monthly favorites. I never really used to include much colors, but I have been obsessed with the 2000s pinkish Mean Girls aesthetic. I don't know the word for that style, but I've been loving drawing cool outfits so much. Yes, I absolutely love Mean Girls, and I'm a big fan of pink, so I definitely get that. I would say that, I guess, it sounds like more or less like the Y2K early 2000s aesthetic, which of course is very trendy right now to begin with. So you're definitely on trend with that. Mean Girls will, I think, forever be like one of my favorite movies. It's great. It's a great movie. Calpico. So yeah, I made us these soju Calpico cocktails. It was delicious. So I used strawberry soju and then strawberry Calpico, which is this like yogurty Korean drink. They were very cute and delicious. been thinking about tabling at cons soon. What advice do you have? Also considering doing same-day commissions. I know you have mentioned doing them in the past. What do you wish you knew starting out? Ooh, yes. So I don't think I'll be offering on-the-spot commissions at conventions anymore, but it definitely is a great way to get some like larger ticketed sales in. And if you feel confident in being able to create an illustration for somebody within the same day or within the same weekend, then definitely go for it. In the case of the on-the-spot commissions, definitely make sure that you are not offering more than you think you can handle, because you do end up getting pretty busy. Generally, you're going to get busy throughout the weekend, you know, manning your table and like making sales beyond also the doing the commission. So for me, when I was doing them, I made sure to offer marker. I was doing like marker and color pencil commissions because I knew that was something that I could do a little bit quicker than like a watercolor illustration or something like that, because that's a little bit more involved. And obviously, like, I find painting in general on the go is so difficult because you have to have water, and you know, you're limited to like a really small section behind your table, just depending on what your display looks like at a convention. So definitely be like realistic, I guess. I know some people just offered like sketches or just ink drawings because, again, it's just more manageable. So yeah, just be aware of that. And I think with conventions, definitely a variety is good, I think, as well. Like, have both like smaller priced items but also higher priced items, so that you kind of open up your options for everyone, if that makes sense. Like, or for everyone's for different price point, or everyone for different budgets. Sorry, my brain is like having a really hard time like drawing and sketching and talking and providing like decent advice. This is why normally I try to have my sketch ready prior to streaming. I find sketching requires like more brain power, but I ended up taking a power nap beforehand, so I ran out of time to finish the sketch. So I just turned down the music a tiny bit because my brain is having a hard time like focusing. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do like I'm going to try and I'm going to try and film some of my convention experience this coming weekend, because I think it'll be fun for to take you guys along, and also maybe it'll be a good space for me to provide maybe a more helpful advice narrative than what I am right now, because my brain is short-circuiting apparently. I want to get into digital art, but I'm not sure what I need to buy or if it'd be worth it to buy things. I would say that with digital art, you can go kind of two ways, I guess. I know right now it's quite popular to get like iPads or things like that, like display tablets, I guess is what they'd be called, so that you could draw directly on the screen. But that does get more pricey typically. So a really affordable option is like just a regular drawing tablet where the screen is not actually where you're just drawing on the tablet and then you're hooking it up to your computer. Those are typically much more affordable. And there are lots of free drawing applications out on the market. I don't I'm not really an active digital artist, so I don't have like as much advice to provide, I guess, for that. But yeah, getting into digital art actually is pretty doable, because once you buy like a tablet and you have a program, then that's kind of it. Then you can just go. Whereas with traditional art, you end up like wanting new paintbrushes or more paintbrushes, or you end up wanting like multiple colors of tubes of paint, or like you just kind of, or you run out of paper. So like it's not it's finite. Your supplies are finite. Whereas with digital art, so long as your equipment is still functional, which typically tablets last quite a while if you take good care of them, you can create an enormous amount of artwork with a single purchase, or two purchases, I guess. If you purchase a program, you purchase a tablet. So okay, sorry I'm like chatting more than I am drawing. Let me figure out what else I want to include. Maybe I'll switch back and forth to make this more interesting. So maybe I'll sketch some more stuff after the fact. Maybe I'll like go back and forth between coloring and sketching, just so you guys are a little bit more visually stimulated. All right. So let's get into, let me zoom in for you also, because it's kind of far away here. This is so random, I don't know why, but you sound like Selena Gomez when you talk. Interesting. I have never gotten that comparison before. Speaking of Selena Gomez, I am excited for Only Murders in the Building. Is that what it's called? I think that's what the TV show is called. The TV show she's on with Steve Martin and Martin Short, right? I think the new season dropped, or there's new episodes. I really enjoyed the first season. I thought it was very fun. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever talked about that show before on stream or on YouTube. It's on Disney Plus. That's how I watch it anyway. Underrated show though. Hello, I'm currently drawing along with you. Yay, I'm glad. I've always wanted art friends to have art dates with, but it just never seems to happen. So being able to live stream while making art and then chatting with you, and also having some of you make art alongside me, it allows me to kind of fulfill that desire, I guess, of wanting to have art dates with friends, because it's live streaming is just really fun. I find it really fun. So thank you for being a great audience to hang out with. Have you ever done art fight? I'm not sure what art fight is. I have not done that before. It sounds scary. I've done a long time ago, I did this art competition. I want to say it was called Art Battle, but I don't remember if it was. But basically, it was this auction event where they curated like a group of artists, and we were given like all the same art materials, and we were given like 30 minutes or something to paint live, and then a jury would pick like their favorite two from each group, and then they would do another round, and I think there was 2 or 3 rounds, and then there was a winner, and all the paintings that were made were auctioned off. And that was quite an interesting experience because at that point, I'd never painted live before, like in front of an audience. And it was acrylic paints, which is a medium that I'm not like the most confident in. And also painting within 30 minutes is like insane for me. So it was quite challenging, but pretty interesting experience. I ended up making two rounds. I did not win, but art fight is where you draw fan art for people and you get points in the end of the team with the most points win. There are 2 teams. Oh, okay. That sounds fun. Okay, I'm not going to do the actual Korean writing on this soju bottle because it's so tiny, but that's what the strawberry soju bottle looks like. So you kind of get the idea. And then the Calpico bottle here. I think I'm going to do the same thing here where I'm not actually going to write the text. It's just going to be the general color scheme. And I'm going to attempt to blend these 2 colors, create a gradient, which, you know what? It's actually working. All right. Not bad. None of my friends are artists, so whenever I talk about art, they don't really understand. Aw, you know what? I feel you. I spent pretty much all of my like preteen and teen years in that way, which is why I started posting my artwork on the internet because I wanted to connect with other artists. And so I couldn't find them in real life, so I just found them online, which is the power and beauty of the internet. Which, you know what, not entirely dissimilar to the way that I am now. I don't know if this looks weird, but I put frozen strawberries in our cocktails when I made them, so that's why I am putting this here. I don't know if that gives the right vibe, but in any case. Okay, and then the strawberry soju bottle does have a red lid, so let's do that. The color palette is very cute. I love watching you use paint markers, so satisfying. My God. Yay, I'm glad. I sometimes worry that it's not very exciting because it's pretty straightforward, I feel like, but for me, I find paint markers is definitely the most approachable medium when streaming because it's so straightforward and I can keep up with the chat a little bit better when I am not painting. Painting and streaming is very, very hard. I haven't done it in a long time and it was difficult and stressful. So I don't know if that will be returning anytime soon. But I'm glad that people enjoy the markers streams. Okay, while that bit dries, maybe I will now include. So, like I was mentioning before, one of my favorite things was this BTS reunion event thingy. So cute. So I think I'm going to do these like BTS balloons with like some of these balloon decorations, but I want to make sure it doesn't clash or like compete with the title here. So maybe I'll make it smaller. And I'm gonna make them like actual balloons, I think, as opposed to, or not, they are actual balloons, but make them look like a typical balloon because this is kind of harder to decipher as balloons. Will you save this video? I have to go, but I wanted to watch. Yeah, I typically save all of my live streams so that they are able to be watched later, so no worries on that. I have actually made a playlist now on my YouTube channel as well for all of my previous live streams, because I know that a lot of people can't watch the whole thing, or they like to put them on later. So yeah, if you go to like the front page of my YouTube channel, it is, yeah, there's a playlist with all of the previous live streams. I really enjoy watching you paint, enjoying watching you painting because you make me feel so relaxed. I'm glad. Have you seen Heartstopper? Yes, I love Heartstopper. I actually included Heartstopper in my previous favorites. So Heartstopper I binged in the month of May, and so they were included in my favorites last time. Love. It made me cry so many times in a good way. In a good way. This sketchbook is getting really chunky, so I have to clip the pages down. But it was, yeah, Heartstopper was like so sweet, so wholesome, gave me all the good vibes, which honestly was needed because so many TV shows right now are like really intense and high stakes and stressful. So it's good to have shows like Heartstopper where it's just good times. I mean, obviously there are emotional parts in the show, but overall it's a feel-good show, definitely. How long does it usually take you to finish a sketchbook? On average, like 4 years. I recently posted a sketchbook tour on my YouTube channel, and I think, yeah, it's the first page was done in like 2018, and then I finished it like a few weeks ago. I use so many different sketchbooks at any given time, so I'm like switching between lots of different sketchbooks, and then on top of that, most of my sketchbooks I spend a lot of time like really filling out the entire page, and so it's just time, like really time consuming in that way. So yeah, I'm definitely envious of people who, you know, finish like multiple sketchbooks within a year, or even just one sketchbook within the year. I've never been able to do that. So yeah, if you're somebody who, you know, takes a few years to finish a sketchbook, I'm with you. Solidarity. I'm drawing with you too, working on some tedious branding stuff though. Aw, yay. Well, I mean, maybe not yay about tedious branding stuff, but I'm glad that I'm able to keep you company while you work on that. Maybe, you know, it's hopefully slightly less tedious with me chatting in the background. Yeah, this month's sketchbook spread is quite K-pop themed. I forgot that the green part of my drawing didn't dry and ruined the boy's hat with black watercolor. I feel you on that. I'm definitely really impatient when it comes to waiting for things to dry, and I've definitely had that happen to me before. Usually how I fix it, if possible, I'll sometimes go in with gouache or colored pencil if it's a watercolor painting and there's like a mistake that has little return with just watercolors. Okay. Sure. I think what I'm gonna do now is use, I think I'm gonna use like this color and maybe this color, because the balloons are like a silver, but I don't have a silver, so I think I'm gonna use just these combination of these like cool toned muted colors. I saw Mingyu thumbnail, I click. Oh my god, I'm so glad that people are able to recognize him. I love this man. He's so cute. Hopefully I'm able to maintain his likeness when I go in with the markers. Can you make a zine of your monthly favorites 2022 at the end of the year? Oh, you know what? I have been thinking about that. I'm glad that you are interested in that, because I was thinking it'll be really cute to see all of the spreads in one place. So if there's like enough interest for it, I think that would be a cute idea. The only thing I wonder is it's going to be 12 months, right? Like 12 months, because there's so I'm trying to think of ways to how I would make it like fuller, if that makes sense. Like a 12-page zine seems so small to me, but I guess that's normal. Like some zines are small. So we'll see how I figure that out. Either it'll just be a small zine or I'll find other things to fill it up with. We'll see. But yay, I'm glad that you were interested in that. Have you seen the chaotic video of 17 all cheating while they play red light, green light? Yes. It's so cute. Especially with the umbrella, like when they bust out the umbrella to like hide behind when they're playing the game. Oh my gosh, so cute. I'm like very slowly kind of making my way through the various 17 content and like going 17 and stuff. Mind you, that is what I spent a large portion of my month doing, is consuming 17 content. So or a calendar for next year. Oh, a calendar would be cute. I've thought about doing a calendar, like in general, maybe not of like my monthly spread specifically, but in general, because I've seen other artists do it and I think it's such a cute idea. But like, I guess maybe I've never actually done it before because I personally don't use calendars. Like I have a bullet journal that I use, but not like a wall calendar with like artwork on it. So I think that might be part of my hesitation with calendars, but I've seen other artists do it, and obviously lots of people use calendars. So what are your favorite Going 17 episodes? I mean, it's definitely new. Like I haven't watched too many yet, but I haven't seen the whole episode, but I do love, I've seen like a clip of it of when they do I forget what it's called, like when they wear headphones and it's like a telephone game, but with headphones on. So like the word ends up, they're given a word and then they go down the line and the word always gets messed up. That clip is hilarious. And very, very fun. BTS has done an episode like that as well on their show. I don't use calendars either, but I buy everything stationary. That's relatable. I love buying stationery and like don't go through it fast enough. Like when I was moving, I came to the realization that I have an obscene amount of journals that are just empty. So that really put things into perspective for me in terms of not buying more journals until I go through more of the ones that I currently have. Okay. Next, I'm going to fill in these balloons. These balloons, I mean. Okay. And this pink one is like kind of contaminated from my thing over here. That's fine. Works. It creates like a color thing. I always miss the live stream and I made it this time. Yay, I'm glad you were able to make it. Yeah, I was kind of unsure about what a live stream on a Monday would look like, but I'm glad that there were people who were able to come. Because for me, it's like middle of the day, but I figured, you know, it might be different for other people, potentially. Different time zones. I don't love that, so I'm gonna fill that in. I need to watch Stranger Things. Oh yeah, I finished the new episodes yesterday. I mean, I sat and watched both of them all. That's pretty much just what I did. I spent my day doing yesterday. I was just watching Stranger Things. I love your nails, so colorful. Oh, thank you. I actually, I was like, I really need to redo them because they're getting a little bit chipped now, but thank you very much. I was, after I did them, I realized that without the purple, they look like Reese's Pieces. Like if the purple was a brown, my nails would look like Reese's Pieces, which is kind of funny. But also, Reese's Pieces are delicious. This marker is kind of watery. Sorry about the loud shaking, but. Do you have any recommendations on where to store finished watercolor paintings, binders, folders, etc.? I kind of am a little bit disorganized. I have my watercolor paintings kind of stored in multitudes of ways. Some of them are just sort of like chilling in a drawer, which is probably not the ideal situation. Some of them I have in like portfolio folders. So like they're kind of like those like flip through portfolios that you would bring to an art review or something, and they have these like clear sleeves. So I have some of my paintings in a book like that. And then I have some that are just sort of stacked together in like folders. So I actually use, multitudes of ways of storing my paintings. I don't really know what the best method is, but I would say that if you want them to last, and you're putting them in something, the good, I think like the best recommendation is to make sure that whatever the materials are for the folder or the binder or whatever it is that you're putting them in is archival, so that the material that it's in isn't damaging it over time. A lot of the time, those like portfolio binders or whatever, portfolio thingies, usually it'll say that like it's like acid free or archival. So it's good to look out for that, because then it's not going to damage your paintings over time. But yeah, look for acid free. That's always a sure bet or a safe bet. Hey, Tina just popped in. Hello. Welcome. When you says Reese's Pieces, the first thing I thought of was Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up. Oh my gosh. Isn't it so funny how like our brains remember certain commercials? It's been so long since I've had cable, and so I don't really, like the commercial thing, I hadn't really seen like, cable commercials in so long. But then I've been finding that like some of my YouTube ads are starting to feel really similar to like those kind of typical cable ads. Like I've been seeing this one ad for I think like super soakers, like the water guns, and the kind of over the top narration and just the way that it's like shot, it just gave me like immediate nostalgia because I just remembered seeing those super soaker commercials when I was a kid, like on TV all the time in the summer and being very jealous because I never had a super soaker. Anyway, that's my random super soaker tangent. Oh my god, I just noticed you changed your YouTube display photo. Love it. Yes, the previous one I had up since 2019. So like I loved it. I still like it, but it felt like it was time for a change just cuz it had been the same for so long. And like a part of me was like hesitant to change it because I assumed it was like pretty recognizable at that point. But at the same time, like change is good. And I shouldn't prevent myself from changing it up just because I'm worried that people are going to forget who I am or something. I wish I had a bigger one of this, but unfortunately of this particular shade of blue, I only have this one size. So we're just going to be filling in this giant space of blue. Really random, but I think we as society should be concerned about how and why parrots can sometimes speak human words. Like, what's up with that? I mean, I'm sure there is a science behind it. I'm not sure what it is, but... It kind of reminds me of, I mean, it's a little bit different, but I remembered growing up, I had a Furby, and Furbies was like, you know, the hot toy for a while. And I remembered seeing people say that you could train the Furbies to speak, and you could teach it like words and stuff. Because the Furbies, they had their own like weird programmed language or whatever. But the idea that we could teach them and that they were able to adapt and learn, that to me is more scary. Because this is not a living thing. This was a man-made object. So that I find kind of creepy. And they had these little sensors on their foreheads, and so you could place them in front of other Furbies and they would communicate with each other, and that's kind of terrifying also. So I feel like I'm more concerned over that than I am of parrots. The science is some kind of dark magic parrots are going to be the new leaders. I'll take that. That's fine. For some reason, I'm more reassured at the idea of a parrot overlord than a Furby overlord. Furbies are horrifying indeed. I mean, I still have like a lot of affection for Furbies. I don't know why. I guess like it's just sort of part of my childhood. Same with like TY Beanie Babies. I have an affection for TY Beanie Babies. Those were not scary though. Those were just a phenomenon that swept the nation for the 90s and the early 2000s. And everyone thought they were going to be worth lots of money. Sorry if this is so boring. I'm almost done this section. It's going to be a lot of like filling in areas for this part. But we will draw Mingyu, or we'll color in Mingyu. Don't you worry. Best for last though. My mans. Oh, also, this is your reminder to drink water. Everyone drink your beverage. Stay hydrated. Disturbies. I was gonna call them disturbies. Furbies. Furbies were disturbing. Nostalgia. I made it to the stream. Yes, I only missed 50 minutes. That's fine. I had 8 Furbies and my siblings were mad at my mom. 8? That's like a mini army. That's hilarious. My Furby was, I had a black and white one. It was, yeah, he was all black, and then he had, like, little white feet, and then a white tummy, I think, and maybe white hair. I don't remember. But, yeah, I remembered years ago walking around the city, and someone had a Furby backpack, and at the time, I was like, why would someone make this cursed thing? But now I kind of love it. Now I'm like, where do I get a Furby backpack? I've had a up and down Furby journey. I have a dog, and sometimes I feel like dogs especially have certain communication with their owners that is almost as clear as the human communication with words. That's amazing. I mean, that makes sense because you spend so much time with them, right? And they obviously get, yeah, you of course like build a very particular relationship with them than you would with the average person that you don't communicate with as intimately, I guess. Like, because with a pet and their owner, you're with them all the time. I've personally never had a dog, but I would believe your claim on the special communication. Takes over the world with Furbies cutely. Cute, but also terrifying at the same time. Also, if anyone's wondering what the heck I'm drawing right now, so I am kind of drawing this kind of ending screenshot from the Yet to Come music video from BTS. I'm excluding the members. I'm just doing the kind of like the top of the bus to kind of give the nod to the music video. I wouldn't say like Yet to Come was specifically my favorite of this like BTS comeback, but I felt like it was a good kind of indication of how much BTS content I consumed this month. Not only BTS content that I've consumed, but also just like the amount of time I've spent fangirling about BTS with like my friends. I know someone that simps over V from BTS. Don't we all? I feel like we all know that someone. Which, I mean, fair. He is very simpable material. Simpable? Is that a word? I mean, we're gonna claim that it is today. I love Yet to Come. It's my favorite from the album. That's awesome. I love it too. Don't get me wrong. But I think of like the 3 new tracks, Run BTS was my favorite. If I had to pick, but I am that someone. Very fair, very fair. Okay, now to do the yellow school bus. So the school bus is not like a yellow, like it's not like a lemon yellow, which is what I have here. And I do have like a peachy color, but I'm worried that it's going to be too peach looking. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to compare. So let's swatch up here. So this is the yellow. I might still end up using the yellow just because that's more indicative of what's going on here. Let's do this. So these two are the same. These two, not so much. Okay, let's go with that. You could color it in with orange and highlights with yellow. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to do a mix of these kind of two colors. This like yellow and this peachy color. I'm actually surprised. I don't think I have an orange. Why am I saying orange weird? Orange? Orange. Orange? You say something enough times and it starts to sound weird. I surprisingly don't have an orange paint marker. I guess maybe because orange is not really a color that I typically think to gravitate towards. But I never understand how you go from these flat Posca colors to something with form and dimension. Yeah, I mean, the magic of adding in shadows and highlights, but in like a kind of more graphic way, because I don't really do a lot of like gradients or blending with them. I think I definitely kind of take inspiration from animated, like anime cell shading, because that's kind of how they generally approach the shading in the series, because it's simpler and just suits animation. So that's kind of where I think I kind of take some inspiration from when I'm approaching the kind of more graphic shading and highlighting. You should buy Posca pencils or any kind of pencils for texture and more blending. I didn't know Posca made pencils. That's really interesting. I honestly I actually like the kind of graphic look to paint markers, especially because I do a lot of shading and blending in pretty much all of the other mediums that I approach with watercolors, gouache, alcohol markers, and color pencils. Like all of those other mediums, I go for like a blended rendered style. So it's fun to experiment and do something a little bit different when it comes to paint markers, but it is possible to create like blended looks with just markers. I've mentioned her before, but Angela Pan, she is, I would consider her like the queen of paint markers. She has a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and she does an amazing job with creating really like rendered illustrations with paint markers, and it's honestly very impressive because it, to me, like the way that she uses it, like I would just use gouache. Do you still use the Hemi gouache set if you still have it? I do still have it. Honestly, like I think I pretty much only use it when I choose to film something, because I know a lot of people have it and a lot of people seem to like really enjoy watching videos related to the Hemi jelly gouache. So I don't use, I actually don't really use it that often, just on my own, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, if I'm using it, it's usually in a YouTube video. So I think the last time I used it was I made, what was the video? I think it was a BTS screenshot video. I think that might have been the last time I used it. Although I guess occasionally if I'm working on like a mixed media sketchbook page, sometimes I'll use it. But yeah, I actually don't use it that often. I still have it though. I'm gonna drink some water. Everyone drink some water. Also, the music, this playlist is like just like a lo-fi beats playlist, but this song actually sounds a lot like a Rosé song. Like the melody of it sounds really similar to her. What song is it? One of her solo songs. It kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if that's actually what's happening or if I'm just imagining it. I'm not even sure if you guys can hear it. You can probably hear the dumpster truck right now that's taking out the garbage and recycling behind the building. First time catching a live stream. I'm still going to watch it later because I missed some, but this is nice. Yay, I'm glad. Oh, I just noticed Momo is in the corner. She's so cute as a clickable link. Yay, I'm glad. Rosé's gone is what it reminds me of. Yes, that's exactly it. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if that was just a coincidence or if that was on purpose. But in any case, I'm not mad at it. Now we're starting to look like an actual school bus here, which is what the intention was. How do you capture someone's likeness with simple lines, though? I'm always afraid of stylizing real-life characters. Yeah, I definitely think that it is a bit of a challenge to capture a real person's likeness. I definitely don't think I'm always successful, but I guess my advice for it, or the way that I try to approach it, is really pay attention to the person's features and kind of pick out what it is that makes them, like what their standout features are, like what makes them look recognizable as that person, and then try to incorporate that into the drawing. So like I didn't even know if this actually looked like Mingyu, but people seem to recognize him. I mean, probably people might recognize him purely because it's like a direct screenshot from a music video, but you know, you just have to practice as well. Like I've drawn real life people multiple times, and like sometimes, you know, certain cases are more successful than others, but okay, now we gotta do the kind of shadow, the inside of the bus, and then the outside. It's kind of like a grayed out cool color, I think, is what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna go with like a dark blue. Let's go with this one. Now we're busting out the Molotow. Oh no, I was using Molotow earlier too. Why are you streaming on Monday? Not complaining because this is awesome, but I remember you doing Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah, I do. So it's funny, for a while I was streaming on Fridays, and that was because usually I would post YouTube videos on Fridays, and then I just figured, I was like, oh, well, then it's like people are still getting content. It's just a live stream instead of a video. And then I started streaming on Saturdays and Sundays because I figured more people would be able to come to a live stream on the weekend as opposed to the middle of the day on a Friday. And then now I'm streaming on Monday because yesterday, Sunday, I just wanted to chill and not work and watch Stranger Things. So now we're streaming on a Monday. So yeah, that's why I don't have like a specific schedule, because it allows me the freedom to stream when I feel like it, because I feel like if I was restricted to a specific schedule, there would be times when I didn't want to stream, but I felt obligated to because I told people like this is my schedule. And for me, I think it's a definitely better experience for everybody, including like you guys, for me to be in a mood where like I definitely want to stream. Because I feel like if I were to stream, if I had streamed yesterday, I would have been like, the whole time I would have been like, man, I wish I was watching Stranger Things. So, whereas today I was like excited to come on stream because I already watched it. I still haven't seen the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things. I'm still clueless and excited. Yay, I'm glad that you're excited because it was pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty epic. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but I enjoyed it. Not enough for it to be included in my monthly favorite stream, unfortunately. Monthly favorites spread here, but it was entertaining for sure. Okay, but what is a I'm a Wonder live stream without anime chats included? So we please just talk about how beautiful the Demon Slayer art style is. You know what? It is very true. I love Demon Slayer. I don't know if y'all saw. I literally just posted it like right before coming on stream. But I just posted my I did a portrait of Tanjiro from Demon Slayer on my Instagram page of it's like a portrait of him with my marker and colored pencil style. I think it looks pretty cute. I've actually done I've drawn Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, and I'm going to be rolling those out slowly over the next week. I kind of whipped them up to have postcards of them because I'm going to be tabling at Montreal Comic-Con this coming weekend. So hopefully those postcards come in soon because I need them. But yeah, so I'm excited. It's so annoying when my brother calls me a weeb. Honestly, just embrace it. At this point, just own it. Because like, anime is not as weird as it used to be in terms of like the way people like general society views it. I mean, it definitely is still like a bit more niche of an interest, but it's definitely become more accepted in North America than it used to be, in my opinion. Because like, yeah, when I was in high school and I was into anime, it was seen as like really weird, really weird. Whereas nowadays, like, you got Megan Thee Stallion out here doing, like, a Todoroki cosplay, so, you know, or, like, Michael B. Jordan wearing, like, a Naruto jacket. So it's definitely not as uncool as it used to be. I love the designs of the demons in Demon Slayer. Yes, I agree. They're very cool. That's like a big strong suit. There's a lot of, you know, strengths obviously in Demon Slayer, but the character designs are very good. How do you feel about BTS taking their hiatus to pursue other projects? I'm really excited for them. Like I watched the Festa dinner where they kind of discussed it in full, and hiatus, I guess, is like maybe not the right word, it seems like, to use for it, because they were, it's been said from Jungkook's live stream as well that like they're still doing stuff together. Like he said that I think they are still going to be filming like Run BTS, and like obviously they were doing their comeback stuff. And then I think what was especially important that RM had mentioned in the Festa dinner was that, you know, they've been, you know, go for 9 years, and they're like, I think especially RM, it seemed like he was kind of experiencing like a creative burnout, because he was like, I don't have anything to say right now. I need to like live life and experience life to be able to have a message in my music. And he's like, I don't know what to say anymore. So I really respect like that decision to kind of take a breather and allow everyone to explore different creative things. And like, as we saw with J-Hope's solo, like he's really able to like explore a different side to him that he maybe didn't feel like he could do with BTS. And I'm very excited for all the projects that they all decide to do. So I support them 100% in whatever they want to pursue. I love watching you draw and I'm trying to improve my art, but I can't find any ways to improve. Honestly, like, just keep making art that you have fun with. And over time, you'll improve just out of like repetition, because it's hard to see improvement day to day. But if you like maybe compare what you're making now to something from like, you know, a number of years ago, you'll probably notice the difference more obviously. But when it's like, you know, from last week or yesterday or whatever it is, it's harder to tell. And I find that like if you are only focused on improving as opposed to just like enjoying the process, then it just doesn't become enjoyable anymore. So, and then what's the point? That's my opinion anyway. I really want to like live my life enjoying the things that I spend my time doing. So I've been really trying to get into a mindset of having fun with the process and enjoying the process. Obviously, there are times when I feel discouraged and I want to improve, or that I'm not happy with what my work looks like. But the due north is to have fun. I think for me. Cream straight away when I recognize Mingyu. Yes, queen. Yes, sweet, handsome man Mingyu. I'm glad that people recognize him in the thumbnail. That's really funny. I originally planned to make the thumbnail just like a photo of like all my paint markers or something, but I'm glad that people be recognizing my man's Mingyu. Have you heard of Art Fight, and would you consider doing one? Bigger artists get absolutely smacked though. Someone was actually mentioning Art Fight earlier. So I've never done it before. I'm not sure if I would want to, based on what you just said. Like, I don't know if I'm that competitive, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I'm suited for a competitive environment. Like, I don't know if I would be considered like a bigger artist, but yeah, I feel like I'm not like a competitive type of person. So, do you like Stray Kids? I love Stray Kids. I did a bunch of ballpoint pen sketches of them a little while ago and posted them on Instagram, and yeah, I quite enjoy them. They were like my second group. Like, I got into BTS, and then the second progression was Stray Kids, and now I'm on to 17. In terms of like, I still like all of them, but you know, in terms of like my slow descent into K-pop. Okay, so the bus is pretty much good to go. From here, okay, you know what, from here, I'm actually going to fill up my water bottle because I'm running low. So I recommend that everybody else go grab some more water or snacks. It'll be really quick, I promise. I just need more water. Hashtag hydration break. Yes, I am back now, but yes, everyone, I hope you got your hydration break in. Same, it happens to me too. When I was in school, I used to draw in classes a lot, but now I don't have time anymore. Yeah, it's tough. It's hard to find the time, because I definitely used to, especially in high school, I used to make so much artwork because I didn't have, you know, the same life responsibilities as I do now. So it's tough, but worth making time for if you love it. Okay. Are we gonna move on to Mingyu yet? No, let me finish up. I'm gonna finish these up because they're not quite there yet. I want to do like some little line art on them, and then we'll get to Mingyu. Let's see. Where is my blue? Maybe. Oh, I have one here. If this one's dead, I'll open a new one. I'm late. What did I miss? What have you missed? I have been working on my June favorites, which mostly consisted of BTS and 17. So not a ton. You haven't missed a ton, to be honest. That's kind of been a pastime of mine this month, is sort of just fangirling about K-pop with my friends and over food and drinks. Ooh, yes. The line art really helps. Bruh, I haven't even been able to draw. I've been so busy with work, which was not how I thought I'd spend my teens or my summer, but you know what, though? It's okay, because life is like that. I think that we kind of go, I find that like life, you kind of go through phases, right? Like you'll spend this year or this season doing a lot of this, and then the next season or the next year rolls around, you end up doing a little bit more of this. For me, like I'm like so surprised at how quickly this year is going by me. Like I feel like it's gone by so fast. And there was like so many things that I wanted to have done by this point, but you know what? Like just because I'm not on this perceived timeline that I, you know, made for myself, there's no it's not too late to still find time to do these things that we've set out to do. So don't sweat it too much. If you wanna make time to draw more, then it'll still be there. You know, your art supplies or your desire to make art, it'll be there waiting for you. I'm like especially thirsty today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because of this drawing of Mingyu. Oh, I really like this, like how this, whoops, that was not within the lines at all. You guys see that? Whoops. I think what I'll do is I'll go around it, and then afterwards I will cover it up with the lighter blue paint marker, since they are opaque, so it should be able to cover it up to a degree. This pen is being a little bit spotty. Artistic license. You meant to do that. Absolutely. It was on purpose, I swear. What groups do I stand? So right now it is BTS, Stray Kids, and 17, which is at this point a handful already. I know there are like 1,000,001 other groups out there that I'm sure people are going to get me to check out eventually, but I'm easing into it. I got things to do. So 3 groups is a lot already. But I know someone was mentioning or asking about girl groups. I've been like pretty casual when it comes to girl groups so far. Like I've listened to Blackpink. I've listened to a little bit of G Idol and Red Velvet, and I might check out Twice soon, but like really casual. Like only Blackpink is the only group that I know like all the members, like their names. I don't know any of the members of the other groups, which is again what I mean by like casual. I know K-pop, kind of the K-pop culture is that you like when you're into a group, you like really go in and like you know all the names and watch the variety shows and stuff, but it's a lot. When you go to Comic-Con, please be safe because the world right now is still scary. Yes, thank you. I'm a little bit nervous, but I am excited just because it's been so long since I've done an in-person event. But yeah, I am a little bit nervous just because it's been so long since I've done something like that. But I thankfully will be tabling with my friend. So we're going to be splitting the table. And so I won't be alone. I'll be with her all weekend. And I'm actually going to be staying with her as well, which is she's very, very kind and gracious to let me crash at her place when I go. So I don't have to worry about staying in an Airbnb or a hostel or hotel or anything like that. Okay, I need y'all's help. How to transport oneself the anime universe. Because Michael Jackson. Yeah, I'm also assuming when you say Michael Jackson, you mean Muzan from Demon Slayer. My friend and I joke about calling, like we joke and call him that as well. We call him Michael Jackson because he kind of has a look to him that is reminiscent of Michael Jackson in the styling of his clothes. Mostly the hat. I think it's the hat. It's really hard getting into K-pop because you really have to put in all the effort to know their names, etc. It's kind of I do think that like that seems to be part of the culture, but I'm kind of adopting this like mindset of I don't think we need to be, we don't have to be 100% invested in order to just like listen to the music, because that's the way that I am with like most musicians. And so I feel like we can enjoy K-pop without having to know everything about them if we don't want to. I just Googled Muzan as if the animators didn't know what they were doing. I'm pretty sure at one point Muzan literally moonwalked too. I mean, I'd believe it. Yes, I understand. I like a lot of groups and I stan a lot of them, but I don't have time to support all of them. Also, I'm just in Stray Kids and BTS fandom. Yeah, I think a few groups is enough. And then, you know, you can like casually listen to the rest. Because any given group puts out so much content, so there's like plenty to consume per group anyways. And with the way that like the K-pop industry works, like they're making new music all the time. It's bananas. So there's plenty of content for any given group. Oh no, I smudged it. I think I talked about this earlier about being impatient and smudging things. So just happened right now on live. But it's fine. It's just a water, not water. It's just a little bottle. They look cute though, eh? I mean, most people I know in real life are more laid back with standing K-pop groups, but yeah, especially the Twitter stands make being a K-pop fan so stressful. Like, I don't feel pressure to know everything. Yes, I actually don't have a Twitter, and a part of me like thinks about getting a Twitter mainly just because Instagram seems to be a really difficult place to reach your audience these days. So I have been like kind of toying with the idea of getting a Twitter, but for the most part I don't know if it's the platform for me. Just for like my actual art and my career, not to be on like not to join fandoms necessarily. In terms of me joining Twitter, but I don't know. We'll see. I might change my mind in terms of making an art Twitter or not. We'll see. It's not a smudge, it's art. Thank you. I'm low-key giving up on Instagram. I post something and lose followers. Very disheartening. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on with Instagram over there. It's I'm trying not to fixate on numbers anymore because it is just like so depressing. So I'm just sort of like post, flip through, reply to comments, and just move along, which is why I'm glad I have a YouTube channel, because then I'm not beholden to a single platform, especially something like Instagram, where the growth and reach has been pretty stagnant for me. So anyway, we are now going to move on to the main event of this spread, aka Mingyu from 17. So for context, for those of you who are not familiar with this handsome man, this is him. This is a screenshot from the music video that I am using as a reference point. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to use a darker color pencil to kind of finalize some of the sketch so that it's like still visible when I start putting paint markers on top, because I would be very sad to lose, the bulk of this sketch here. So we are going to do that. Have you thought about TikTok? At first, it's a little overwhelming, but you'd be huge on there. I have been kind of thinking about TikTok because I know it is very popular right now, and it seems like the growth on there is pretty good. But at the same time, I'm not sure if I really enjoy making that type of content. Like, for me, YouTube makes more sense, I guess, in the terms of the way that I edit my YouTube videos, because art takes a long time to make, and so it seems really difficult to train my brain to condense like a 3-hour painting into a like 40-second clip, which is what TikTok is all about, like the really, really short form video content. So I'm debating on it. I've done like a couple of reels on Instagram, which is, kind of the equivalent, I guess, with footage that I used for my YouTube videos. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I'm also realizing that we are now on this page here, or this half of the page. So I think I can actually bring you guys down a little bit here, so we're a little bit closer to the paper. This getting a little, there we go, right? A little bit closer. Sorry, there we go. Catch Tina doing TikTok dances though. Oh my God. I don't know if I would ever be at that point, but I'm not gonna lie. When was it? Last year, right? My friend and I, for funsies, we learned the choreography for Butter, like the choreography for BTS's Butter, just like the chorus. and we didn't film it or anything like that. We just did it for fun. And yeah, I'm like, I can understand why people do these like TikTok dance challenges, because like I'd love to poke fun at it or whatever, but it is very fun. TikTok is good when trying to do TikTok challenges. Art and drawing wise, it's hard to fit in everything. Once you're over 25 on TikTok, though, you're considered as elderly. Yeah, see, okay, that was my biggest hesitation with TikTok as well. Or like that was like my main hesitation initially, was I was always like, I'm way too old for TikTok. Like I recognize that TikTok is very much a Gen Z dominated platform, and I am a millennial. So I always assumed that I would feel really old, and I've seen like people sharing funny clips or screenshots of comments they've gotten from Gen Z, reminding them, making them feel especially ancient. So, I mean, obviously the type of content that I would make, it wouldn't really matter, like age group stuff wise. But anyway, I do find that to be an interesting element of TikTok. I'm learning so much new language like cap and mid. I don't even know if I know what those mean. I guess it is a way to stay connected with current culture and slang. TikTok hates when beginner artists aren't what they expect. It makes me so mad. Yeah. I don't handle criticism very well. So maybe TikTok wouldn't be for me. That's kind of the thing though, right? Is like high risk, high reward, right? I don't know. My friend that I'm going to be tabling with at Montreal Comic Con, I'll maybe pick her brain on how she feels about TikTok, because she is also an artist and uses TikTok. So maybe I'll see how I'm interested to hear maybe her perspective on it. I have a friend 10 years younger than me, and I'll just message them with, please translate this. That's amazing. Did you do commissions in your art journey? I did, yes. I have done commissions in the past. Not a lot, to be honest, like when I compare it to, I think, what a lot of other people have done in terms of like their experience with commissions. But I have technically done them. I personally did not enjoy it, which is why I don't do them anymore. Yeah, I've had in the past I had not so great experiences with it, and I'm very stubborn, I guess, in terms of like I'm a selfish artist in the sense that like I just want to make the stuff that I want to make, and with commissions it is the opposite of that. You are fulfilling a need of somebody else. And so that's kind of a huge part of why I choose to be the type of artist that I am, like being totally freelance, completely independent, because I'm not beholden to somebody else, like a company where I have to make, work for somebody else, whether it be for, an individual or an entire corporation or whatever it is. So come to that realization, and I'm very thankful to be in a place where I don't need to do commissions. But some people, I think, I'm sure some people don't mind it. So hydration reminder. everyone. I once did a logo for a guy. It took me hours and he gave me $20 for it only because I chased him down for it at uni. Yeah, that is insane. Like, that's such a low price, and I think it's really frustrating that you spent so long on it and you got so little, and the fact that you had to like hound him for it, that's just not fun. I mean, obviously not every commission is going to be like that, but it is extremely unfortunate when it does happen like that. Everyone tells me to do commissions in my family because they're all tell me I can draw well, but I don't want to do it as my job, and it would just feel annoying to make something that I personally don't want to make. Commissions also feel like a chore, especially if the customer is impatient. Yes, exactly. That was exactly the thing. It felt like a chore. And that's what I really wanted to avoid because, you know, I chose a creative field because I wanted to do something I enjoyed and feel fulfilled by it. And yeah, commissions just doesn't fit that criteria. So that's yeah, that's my rant on that. But no shade at all to people who do commissions. That is definitely a great way to make an income and still be able to make art. And I think a lot of people do it as like a supplement. Like they'll work on their passion projects or whatever it is that they're like truly interested in, and then they'll do commissions on the side. And for some people, that's like they're totally fine with that, and all the power to them. I had a customer once hound me nonstop for their work and then hit on me in a really creepy and predatory way. No, that's awful. I'm very sorry. That is not fun. Oh, you know what though? You mentioning that reminds me of there can be a little bit of weirdness at conventions. Just because, you know, you're stuck at your table and you get all sorts of characters and people that come through. Almost, I would say that like 90%, maybe 95% of the people I interact with and come to my table at conventions are absolutely lovely people. But there will be the occasional person being a little bit creepy or a little weird. So I completely forgot about that element of conventions. So I'm glad you reminded me of that, just so I can like kind of mentally prepare myself. There's so many creative things I want to do for a living, but it's so scary because I don't want it to take the fun away from making art. I love making art for me, but I also enjoy the part of creating something for someone else. I'm a tattoo artist, so I need that part. Oh yeah, for sure. I think being a tattoo artist, that's sort of built in, of course, into the profession, is that you are, it's such a collaborative experience. And that's amazing. Like you're able to, it just, how do I want to describe this? I guess it's like, I don't want to say it's like more meaningful, but it adds a different sentiment when you are collaborating with someone on something that is going to like live forever on their body. And that's amazing. And I love that. I've actually been thinking about tattoos lately. For a long time, I just never really, I didn't entertain the idea too much just because I'm so indecisive. And I mean, I still am indecisive. But I do find I'm like becoming like less precious about the idea of like just committing to something. So, I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I loved your Tanjiro portrait that you posted on Instagram. Yay, thank you so much. Yes, I am happy to be finally rolling out these Demon Slayer portraits that I did. I really try to I really want to try, when I post on Instagram, or when I post on YouTube too, like I try to stagger out the content just so that people are not like bombarded with stuff all at once. So even though I have like 4 Demon Slayer portraits done, I'm going to wait a couple days in between before posting each one. But I'm very excited to show them off. I think the Inosuke one is my favorite. No, I don't have any tattoos yet, which I think a lot of people end up being kind of surprised by. But not yet. It's possible that it might happen in the near future, just because I feel like I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And my friend's friend is a tattoo artist who she gets a lot of her tattoos from. So definitely have been thinking about it. I like the idea of a sword on my arm somewhere. I just think it's a really cool motif. And I've also been thinking about a snake, potentially. And then I've also been talking to my one friend about getting some kind of matchy-esque friendship tattoo. We have been friends for like well over 10 years now, right? No. Will it be 10 years? No. Yeah, I think we have been friends for 10 years now. And we've been joking about something anime themed. We just haven't, we're both Libras, so we're both indecisive. So we keep going back and forth between what it is that we want to get. But we'll see, we'll see. Yes, I make lots of stickers. My shop is not open at the moment, but I do hope to open the shop some point this summer. Definitely like after the Montreal Comic-Con, because that's the priority right now, and then whatever stock I have left. But I have 3 conventions this year, so it's going to be tricky to find a good time to open the shop. So we'll see. But I do have lots of stickers. Good thing of being an artist is that you can design your own tattoos and make it exactly how you want it when you're indecisive. Yeah, I mean, I think I probably would want to work pretty closely with the tattoo artist in terms of the design, because like they know better than I do in terms of what will look the best on a body, because like art on paper is definitely different than art on skin. And honestly, like I don't know if my design skills would be that great for a tattoo. Like, I don't know if I would want my own art on my body. So I think a collaborative effort between me and the tattoo artist would be the ideal situation. Because, like, I'm, like, so-so on my own artwork. I'm like, it's fine. Okay. We are done with that, the little sketchy sketch. So now time to color him in. Moment of truth. Nervous. Have you ever tried Inkbox/Tattly or those semi-permanent tattoos? I actually bought one from Inkbox. When did I get it? In the winter time, I think it was. Because yeah, I feel like it's a good way to get used to the idea of seeing this, like, you know, image on my body for a duration of time. So yes, I do I do have one. I just haven't put it on yet. I bought it in the winter time because I wanted to buy one for my friend as a Christmas gift. And then I was like, I should wait until summertime when the tattoo would actually be visible. Because in the wintertime, like, I'm basically, you know, covered head to toe in clothes. So I figured I'd wait till summertime to put it on. Now it's summer and I haven't put it on yet. So anyway, I'm trying to decide how I want to approach. I think I'll just go with this like coral color as like the shading colors because I find it's very fun. And then I'll use these like really bright colors for, but this marker is contaminated, I think, with something else on it. Here we go. I want to be covered in tattoos, but my pain tolerance is on the floor. Cries in art. Oh, yeah. I'm actually, that's like, you know, another hurdle that I'm kind of, that I need to get over as well. I'm not sure what my pain tolerance is, but I have a feeling it's probably not very high. And so that's another thing about getting a tattoo is, obviously it's a little bit painful, so yeah, we'll see. Is this Mingyu from the Hot music video? Yes, it is. Good eye. I love how you're able to capture the likeness of someone while still keeping your style. Hashtag goals. Thank you. Hopefully he still looks like him. Like, hopefully it still looks like Mingyu after I've done the coloring. Because I find sometimes I lose the likeness, or I lose kind of the original essence of the sketch after I've started coloring, because obviously the sketch lines get covered up, and the shading and the highlighting sort of changes the way that it looks. But hopefully we're able to keep his likeness. We shall find out. Thankfully, I chose to do a screenshot from the music video, so that helps in terms of recognizing who it is for people who are fans. There's definitely like some blue lighting coming from this side, and then like a really bright sun kind of coming on this side. So let me show you. It might be hard to see, but you can see some blue kind of backlighting coming on this side. So I think I'm going to just ignore that and just focus on the really bright light coming in from the right. For the most part, I think is how I want to approach this potentially. Because I'm like really limiting my color palette here, obviously, and like going in with a very like blocky style. Now let's switch over to this color, this light orange, and fill in the rest of him here. And thankfully, because paint markers are opaque, if I don't love the placement of certain things, I can typically go over it again. But I try to minimize the amount of layering I do when I can, which is why I like blocked it out like this. I really hate how most of my sketches usually look better than the finished painting. Gives me so much anxiety when I need to paint over them. Yeah, honestly, I find that happens to me a lot too. Like I often end up liking the sketch more than I like the finished piece. But one way to kind of get over that fear, I guess, is either scan or take a photo of the original sketch. That way you still have it, and also it creates or makes for a good blueprint to refer back to when you start rendering. I love the pink making him look like he's part of the Barbie universe. Oh my god, true. I've been seeing I've been seeing the screenshots of Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in the Barbie movie. I'm really curious to see as to what that movie is going to entail, because I really don't know anything about it. But the vibe that I'm getting from what I've seen anyway of the screenshots and photos of them is that it looks like it's going to be fun. At least I hope it's fun. That's kind of what I would want out of a Barbie movie. Also, who's keen for the Barbie movie? Thoughts on Ryan Gosling as Ken? Yeah, my one thing about Ryan Gosling as Ken is I'm surprised that they bleached his hair to be like a white blonde. Cuz when I think of like Ken, I think of like that dirty blonde, which Ryan Gosling already has. I'm like Ryan Gosling's default hair, like natural hair color, I feel like is the color I think of for Ken. So I was kind of surprised that to see the bleach blonde hair for him in the photos, but I guess like they want it to be a transformation, and they want him to look distinctly different from what he normally looks like. So I get that. I get why they did that, but I don't know if I love the bleach blonde hair on him personally. But we'll see. I have trust Greta Gerwig, the director. Oh, that's true. I didn't know that she was directing, but I do. She directed Lady Bird, right? If I'm remembering correctly. I loved Lady Bird. So that actually does make me more excited about the movie because I liked Lady Bird. Obviously, they're going to be very different movies, but I like that. I think we'll do this, whoops, to separate from the jaw and the neck. My dream Ken casting is Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, right? My brain like wanted to call him something else. Fred in Scooby-Doo, like the Scooby-Doo live action. Like he basically did look like Ken. Like a Ken Barbie doll. That's really funny. Although he did have like a bleach blonde hair for that, right? I think. Anyway. Yes. Freddie Prinze Jr. of that era would have been great. Specifically, Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Scooby-Doo movies. I'm glad we were on the same wavelength for that. That movie, oh my gosh, like how wild was that movie? It's been ages since I've seen it, but It's so funny to me to think about all of the like live action movies that we make now, of adaptions of things. Like we always, Hollywood, I should say, not we. Hollywood seems to really want these like live action remakes to be like grittier or more adult or something, and like feel like they're really doing something different. And then, and then we have the Scooby-Doo movie from like the early 2000s, which was just like fun and silly, and I kind of miss that. I semi-regularly rewatch those movies. They held my childhood in a chokehold. I love that. Yeah, like the Spice Girls movie, that to me is something that I will always have like a special place in my heart for. It was so wacky and so ridiculous, but so fun. And they knew that. They knew that going into it, that they wanted it to just be almost like poking fun at themselves and the way that the media viewed them. And they were, like in on the joke, right? And it was just fun. It was entertaining. And I love it. Not everything has to be an Oscar nominee worthy movie. Yes, I agree. I agree. And honestly, like when I think about how much media I consume, I generally prefer like fun content. Like I gravitate towards fun movies more than kind of like gritty, dark drama. So, yeah, I'm here for just pure entertainment factor. Oh my lord, the Spice Girls movie. Yes, I remember it being so serious and so grown up. My memory definitely skewed my perception of that movie. Oh my gosh, no, the movie. I like the fact that the Spice Girls movie had aliens, they had paparazzi crawling out of toilets, there's a boot camp scene, there's all sorts of crazy shenanigans happening in that movie. It's wild and I love it. Now live action movies use dollar store wigs. I do find that really bizarre when I can notice someone's wearing a wig. Cause yeah, you would think that with some of this Hollywood budget, you'd want to invest in a nice wig. Have you ever seen the Josie and the Pussycat Dolls movie, Same Energy? Oh my gosh, I really need to watch that movie because I can tell it has that same energy and I'm sure I would love it. I'm really surprised that was a movie I had never watched. So I feel like I should add it to my list. What else? I'm such a sucker for nostalgia. Like I am that stereotype of a millennial that is obsessed with nostalgia. um Space Jam. Space Jam is also like one of those movies that I just think is so fun and has a very special place in my heart. And when they did the remake of it, I was just like, nope, I have zero interest in watching this. It will never be the same. Oops, sorry guys. My phone was giving me a 20% battery notification. I will plug it in now. Yay, first time I was able to catch you live. I'm listening to your lives while working retail. Pray for my soul. One, I'm glad that you're able to make it to a stream. Two, I am definitely praying for your soul because I have worked retail for many, many years. I had worked retail for many years. So I am very empathetic of your situation. Yes, sorry about the pause on the stream there. I got the, my phone was telling me that we were low on battery, but now we are plugged in, so we're good. But yeah, I was talking about the Space Jam movie when the video cut out of there a little bit, the stream. Space Jam, Men in Black. I'd watched the like reboot Men in Black, the one with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth, and like I like Tessa Thompson and I like Chris Hemsworth. But unfortunately, that movie didn't do it for me. I think it's time for new things, not remakes. Space Jam was fantastic. The Flintstones movie too. Oh yeah, the Flintstones movie. I forgot about that one. So fun. A Goofy movie. Oh yeah, the Goofy movie is highly underrated. And the music, Eye to Eye, and what's the other song from that movie? So good. It's great. Everything Everywhere All at Once has that wacky feel to it, but in a grown-up way. Yes, okay, that has been on my watch list. I've heard really, really good things about that movie, and I definitely want to check it out. I haven't been to the movie theater in a while, but I think it's on streaming services now, so I should be able to catch it somewhere. Okay, so far so good. I think we're able to capture his vibe still. It's time for Hollywood to let go with this remake reboot obsession. Agreed. Have you seen EEAO? I feel like you'd love the makeup looks in it. I have not. I've never heard of that. Oh, everywhere, everywhere, wait, everything everywhere all at once. That was the EEAO. Now I get it. I get it now. Yes, on my to-do list for sure. It's on demand. I use Just Watch to look up where to find stuff. You'd gag over Stephanie Sue's looks for sure. Ooh, yay. I wasn't expecting it to be like a makeup fashion thing, so now I'm extra excited. Have you ever seen the Korean drama / movie The Sound of Magic? I haven't actually. I have yet to dive into the K-drama, K-movie rabbit hole, but I'm sure I'm not too far away from that. The Monster High movie looks like it's going to be so cringe, but not in a fun way. Oh no. Oh no. I think that was the case with the Bratz movie, right? Like I feel there is a fine line. I agree. There is a line between like fun but in a good way and cringe in a good way and cringe in a bad way. So that is unfortunate. Thankfully, for me anyway, I didn't grow up with Monster High dolls, or I should say, like, I'm not in the Monster High fandom. I don't really know how to describe it. But I know that they are very fashionable for sure, and that a lot of people really like them. So it's kind of the same as Winx. Like Winx is like a really big part of people's childhoods and like kind of knowledge of culture, pop culture. But it was something that I never really was into personally. And that remake also looked not good. Or not remake, a live action version. 10 years of school are over for me. I feel kind of relieved. Ooh, congrats. That's awesome. School, being free from school is very exciting. I just love watching people like Delightful paint the dolls. Ooh, yeah, that would be very satisfying. I don't like when they remake series like Monster High or Winx because a big part of those shows is the fashion and they always ruin it in the remakes. Oh yeah, fashion is like a big part of those for sure. Winx Club and Monster High was my jam when I was younger. Yeah, it's like a big part of people's childhoods for sure. I I was like catching the tail end of Bratz like when I was younger. Like Bratz started to become really popular as I was getting kind of older and like phasing out of dolls and stuff, I guess is the best way to describe it. I don't know. But I do remember thinking that Bratz were like the cool, edgy sister to Barbie, which is what I mostly had grown up with. But yeah, I guess like Monster High is another offshoot of that vibe. But yeah, I wasn't really even a big dolls person to begin with. Like, even though I said I grew up with Barbie, I didn't I didn't love Barbie the same way that I think a lot of other people did. I was more of a TY Beanie Baby person, or Furbies, which I had been talking about earlier. So like anything like more in the animal realm and less in the people realm, which is really funny to think about now because I draw like as like an artist, I'm more into drawing people than I am into animals. So it's funny how that you would think it would have been the other way, but okay. I am going to run to the bathroom really quick. So this is an intermission, if you will, for all of you to also, step away for a second, stretch your legs, or to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, some drinks. I will be right back. Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. No, unfortunately, this is not the original sticky note, post-it note that I had before. So this would technically be 2.0. The previous one, I think, was like a green, but unfortunately had been recycled when I moved apartments. I'd been telling myself that I really want to use a more sophisticated live streaming setup, aka like using like OBS and my usual filming camera for live streams, but I'm a little lazy to figure it all out. And then if that was the case, or like when I finally get around to that, I would also be, instead of a sticky note, I would actually have like a be right back loading screen, I guess. I don't know what to call it. But for now, I'm like, this still works for me. It's fine. R.I.P. OG Simon. No one talked to me. I'm gonna grieve old Simon. Insert how dare you stand where he stood meme. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. We'll forgive you eventually. Thank you, I appreciate it. Can I just say, I think it is just surreal and hysterical that I now have inside jokes with you guys. That's bananas. What is my life? That's amazing. You guys are amazing. And yeah, if I just, want to get a little bit sappy up in here, I'm so grateful to be able to do these draw and chill live streams, and it truly feel like a draw and chill session. Like the fact that I just get to talk about any given topic really is so fun for me, and that we can, discuss various things like music and TV shows and nostalgia is very fun. I like the setup for streams because it feels because it makes it more intimate in a way, if that's the right word. Yeah, no, I think there is something very just so like extremely casual and approachable about this very limited setup. I do think that sometimes like on Twitch especially, like those like transitions are like so extreme feeling. But I guess that's more of a gaming culture as opposed to like art streaming, like those like crazy transitions and templates and stuff like that. So I'm glad that this very chill live streaming setup is still enjoyable for everyone. It's very like we're all just chatting with mates, and that's an immaculate vibe you have garnered. Thank you for creating this space. Aw, thank you. Insert. What's her name again? Thank you. From Drag Race. Why am I blanking on her name right now? Anyway. Okay, the face is pretty much there. Let's actually fill in his eye here. He's winking, so I don't have to do the other one. I'm probably going to use fine liners for the actual line art because my paint marker for line art is a little bit thick, I think, for the face. So we'll get to that after. But for now, we shall... Tatiana, yes, thank you. Tatiana is so iconic. Thank you. And choices. My friend used to work at this company who engraved glass and mugs, and one side of the mug says "You better work," and then the other side says "choices." So it's great. Not every stream has to look perfect with slides and stuff. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, but how good has All Stars 7 been? It's so great. I am living. I haven't been keeping up with every single season of Drag Race in terms of like all the different countries, and but I am loving this All Winners Drag Race season. It's great. Very, very fun. And I know maybe some people don't love the like no one goes home setup, but I actually really like it, and I think it makes sense for an all winners season because then we actually get to spend time with all of the queens for the entire season, because it's such a shame when someone you really like goes home early. All the artists I encountered have such clean setups, it surprises me when I end up with a whole mess. Raja coming back had me almost sobbing. She deserves so much love and respect and new generation of fans. Yes. Raja was the one that I was the most excited about for sure, because I've loved her for a long time. And yeah, like you said, I think a lot of newer Drag Race fans or fans who are I guess like a bit more casual about it, they usually start kind of later into the series, and Raja is from season 3, which I love, and I think that she definitely deserves to get her recognition because she really paved the way for a lot of these new queens. So I'm also in the standing Raja camp. I do wish the judges would do negative critiques, though sometimes it's deserved. Yeah, I do agree that it feels a little bit I do agree. It feels a little bit like too produced, maybe, if there's no actual negative critiques being made, because I do think that's a big part of Drag Race, is because then at that point it's like, what's the point of having judges, right? In that portion of the series. So yeah. Hello, I'm a big fan. I never comment or talk in chat, but I think it's time. Aw, well, I hope you feel welcome and safe enough to include yourself in the chat. Feel free to talk about whatever you want with that we're, chatting about. Do you ever watch America's Next Top Model? I used to love Raja as the makeup artist there. I used to watch America's Next Top Model. I guess maybe I didn't watch the season that Raja was in because I didn't watch all of it. But I have now since learned that Raja was a makeup artist on there, and I think that's amazing. Raja out of drag is also so cute. It almost feels like they're not allowed to negatively critique them, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that might be what's happening. I think maybe along with the not being like no one being eliminated, I think that might have been kind of the mode of operation for all winner seasons, and is that maybe part of the agreement going into it is that they we're not going to make any of the queens look bad, which I get, because why would you want to risk tarnishing your reputation as a winner? But I do think that you can make constructive criticism without making them look bad. Raja out of Dragons just yassified Taika Waititi. Oh my god. I'm dying. That is so funny. I have to go. It's late here. I have to be up at 5:30 a.m. for work, but I will watch the stream again tomorrow. Thank you, Tina. You're wonderful. Aw, thank you for joining. Have a good sleep. I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. 5:30. Whoosh, that is very early. I cannot recall the last time I had to wake up that early. I'm very thankful. I'm not a morning person at all. I feel like there has been, like, the last time I would have been awake at 5:30 a.m. would have been because I was staying up till 5:30 in the morning, as opposed to waking up at 5:30 in the morning. Not that I'm up that late often, but it has happened the occasional time. I wouldn't be Aussie if I didn't take any opportunity to riff on my New Zealand cousins. That is so true. When I traveled to Austin with my friend, and we stayed at a hostel, and there was a bunch of New Zealand people staying at the hostel as well. Lots of Australian people staying at the hostel as well. And there was one guy who was from New Zealand, and they definitely, like, immediately just have this, like, kind of friendly rivalry, kind of sibling vibe to them immediately, calling the guy from New Zealand like a Kiwi and stuff. And like, obviously, like, all in jest, like, all in good fun for sure. But it is funny, kind of seeing it in action immediately. Thank you for the stream. I'm usually not able to catch them, but today's a holiday, so I'm going to see if I can finish these last few sketchbook pages I have. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, that was actually part of why I felt like doing a Monday stream would work, because I know that it is a holiday for some people. So yes, I'm glad that my hunch was correct. Haha, that poor Kiwi. Yeah, he definitely got ganged up on for sure. What time do you usually wake? So me, I personally usually wake up at 9 a.m., which is my ideal wake up time, which is kind of late, I guess, for the average working person. But, you know, I work from home and I'm self-employed, so I can do that. But yeah, I mean, I think it probably would benefit from, I'm sure I'd benefit waking up a little bit earlier, but it's hard when I've gotten so accustomed to this 9 a.m. schedule. And I say I wake up at 9, like I set my alarm at 9, but I'm usually like, my alarm goes off at 9 a.m. and then I end up being on my phone in bed for like 15 minutes. So I usually am not like getting out of bed right at 9. Yeah, it's not just a meme. We're all very like that. That's so funny. When did you go to Austin? That's my home. I love that. I went to Austin. It's been quite a while now. I went on that trip in 2016, maybe. It was very, very fun. Austin was a lot of fun, and the people there were so nice. Like not only like the people that I met at the hostel, which actually for the most part was people from all over the place, but just the people in Austin, the locals were very, very nice. So I had a great time. And staying in a hostel was actually a really fun experience too. I woke up early as usual because I'm so used to my full-time schedule. I just based that time to have cafe breakfast and go to the art store. Ooh, that's a great way to spend your early morning. That's perfect. Honestly, I think that even if it's your day off and just like kind of sticking to your usual schedule, that's like definitely probably the healthiest mode of operating. Because in that way, when you do have to wake up again, it's not, your body is just, you're just staying within routine. And I think your body will be very thankful for that. And then, yeah, you get to like be productive and like spend that time doing things that you don't normally get to do as opposed to just sleeping. Whereas I know this, but I will just sleep anyway. Yeah, it was great. I had a bagel and spicy cream cheese and then got 2 more Daniel Smith tubes because I'm weak over their colors. Oh my gosh. I love Daniel Smith watercolors. They're beautiful. I have a number of tubes myself and I really, really enjoy them. I don't talk about them that often because I know that they're pretty pricey and it's not accessible for everybody, but I do really like them. They're very, very nice. I don't really know what's going on here. So Mingyu's jacket, whoops, did I just, Mingyu's jacket in the screenshot, it's very blue because of the sky and stuff, but I wanted to differentiate it from the blue that I'm going to use for the background. So that's why I'm kind of going with this like purpley kind of sheen instead, which is interesting, but kind of fun. It also ties this, the color palette ties into these balloons up here. Australian art stores are so expensive. I have to get everything online or go broke. Yeah, I imagine because of the import fees, right? That's probably what's going on. Because a lot of art supplies are obviously coming from other countries. Daniel Smiths are the treat myself sort of watercolors and justify by going, I can't mix these at home and or don't have the specific hue. Yeah, that definitely makes a big difference. Having certain hues, because it's true, not everything can be mixed, even if you have certain primaries. It's not always possible. Like, you kind of need like a cool yellow and a warm yellow, and then like a cool red and warm red, and then a cool blue and a warm blue. That will make the biggest difference. So, and also, I don't know, having pre-made colors is pretty satisfying. And buying new art supplies in general is just very exciting. I've been trying to do more watercolor and gouache lately. I got some more watercolor brushes, water brushes. I love them. That's exciting. Also, hydration reminder. I wanted to love water brushes, but I don't know if they're for me. I think I find it's hard to control. I guess I'm so used to being able to control like the amount of water I use in my paints manually with like this little, I usually use this little container with like a little spout to control the amount of water I use. Oh, this thing is dirty. I really need to clean it. As opposed to a water brush. But water brushes do seem really, really convenient, especially for traveling. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll give them another shot one of these days, because I've been telling myself that I really want to try and take art on the go with me, whether it be like to a park or a cafe, and I do think a water brush would make the most sense for that. So We'll see. So, okay, now I'm kind of debating on what blue I want to use for the sky. I'm torn whether or not I use the same blue that I did for this one, or if I use this one. Let's swatch them and see. Maybe I'll use both. Maybe I'll mix them together somehow. Maybe I'll use this blue, especially because it's such a large area. I love that y'all are bonding over art fight. That's great. Because unfortunately, I can't really contribute to that conversation, but I'm glad that you guys can bond over that. Well, this is a little bit watery. I think I need to... Maybe I'll try and do a gradient. That is technically what's happening in the photo. So maybe I'll gradient this color to the other blue. Because you are right. We don't want it to get confused with the jacket. Definitely want our boy to stand out here. Let's try. Sorry, it's my hyperfixation. That's totally fair. As we have discovered in this sketchbook spread, BTS and 17 were my hyperfixations for the month, so I totally understand. Okay, so how to gradient is when the paint is still wet, you go in with the next color. It's not perfect, but they do kind of bleed into each other a little bit. And you will, unfortunately, kind of contaminate your nib a little bit, but it's fine. And for me, I don't necessarily need it to be perfectly smooth. I'm kind of okay with it being this like sketchy vibe. It's kind of fun, actually. But if you are looking for someone who's more expert on paint markers, definitely recommend checking out Angela Pan. She is very good with paint markers. I wonder if I can just do this and have the white of the paper maybe, kind of, sort of. Like this? No, I'm gonna fill it all in. Never mind. Scratch that. Hi, this is my first time live stream. Yay, I'm glad you were able to make it. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy the vibes. We're pretty chill here. All right, not bad, not bad. I might go in again with the darker one and just sort of... It does, while it's still wet, it does kind of lift a little bit, so... That's a thing, but it's fine. Yeah, it's sort of like kind of scratching into the paint now, so maybe I should just let it dry. But not bad. Also, I should mention that I have gessoed this paper prior to working on this, so I use basically it's a paint primer. This is the product here, the Liquitex Gesso. It doesn't have to be this brand, obviously, but basically I cover the entire page with a white gesso first, a white primer, and then after it's dry, I sand it to make it smooth, and then I work on the thing, because that way it creates like a nice smooth barrier between the actual paint marker and the paper, because I find that the markers will sort of like tear up the fibers of the paper. And so that's why I'm able to do this. I think a regular paper service would not be able to handle this kind of method, I guess. How long do your paint markers last given how often you use them? You know what? I find they last pretty long. I do have a lot of them though, so maybe that's why. But I haven't really felt like I've been going through them completely very often. Does that make sense? Like, I haven't had them die on me very often. But I think that's probably because I have so many. So I'm not using... Like, if you were to compare... maybe someone who has, you know, a set of 10 markers versus me who has, like, dozens... the person who has 10 is obviously going to go through them a lot faster, so it's really hard to say. I need to think of that when using paint markers because I hate it when it ruins the paper. Yes, the paper, like, pilling and stuff is very frustrating, and not only just, like, not fun to work on the piece when it's doing that, but it also, like, kind of, you know, ruins the drawing and the nibs of the actual paint markers. So yeah, I highly recommend the gesso priming the paper first, because it just makes the experience a lot better. Oops, sorry, I hit the tripod there. Okay. The colors are definitely... I think when I go in with, like, a dark outline around him, he'll stand out a little better. Because I do find that they're really similar tones, which is making him not stand out as much. But I think it'll be fine when I do some line art. Definitely not a smooth gradient, but it's fine. We all collectively experience an earthquake every time the camera wobbles. Yes, my apologies. What's your favorite color palette with paint markers at the moment? I really love... I'm really loving this blue, and I think maybe this. I'm really digging this color palette. This is sort of like my favorite color palette in general. Like, pinks and blues is kind of my go-to vibe, which is more or less is happening in this spread. This spread is very simple compared to my usual vibe, and I'm fine with it. Usually it's a lot busier, but truly my month... these were the standouts. My K-pop hyperfixation. Or not K-pop, and I would say BTS and 17 mostly. That's not fair to... There's so much to K-pop. There's more than, obviously, these two groups, but that's mostly what I've been doing, so... Have you thought of incorporating metallic paint markers into your sketchbook? I've definitely incorporated metallic into my sketchbooks before. Usually, I go for a metallic ink, like with a paintbrush. I currently... do I own any metallic paint markers? I do, actually. I have a silver from Molotov. Maybe we can incorporate that. I just need to figure out where it is. I don't think I've ever used it before. But we can definitely look into that in a moment. It could be fun. Especially like the bullet here. The bullet, if I made that metallic, that'd be fun. The whole the sequence in the music video is he's making a heart out of his hands, and then he winks, and then a bullet goes through the heart. It's very cute. What other paint markers or markers in general have you used, and what are your favorites? So for paint markers, most of my experience has been with Molotow and Posca, which is what I'm using in this video, or in this stream. And I have used another brand, Dessert. Where are they? Up here. Which is a Canadian company, which is why I don't usually use them, but in videos, I should say, because I know not a lot of people can acquire them, but I've used these as well, and they're fine. I have used them in a video before, but yeah, the reason why I don't really use them in streams very often is because I know a lot of people can't purchase them because they're from a Canadian art supply company and they don't ship internationally. So that's why I gravitate towards the Posca and Molotow, because they're more accessible internationally. Who was your bias in BTS with your first impression of them before knowing any of their names? It was definitely Jungkook, and he still is my bias, actually. I think that's sort of I think that seems to be kind of the way my biases work, is sort of the first member that catches my eye initially, and then I just sort of stick to them in terms of my bias. There was the same case with 17. Mingyu was the standout for me, and he is my bias. But I do really love all of the members in 17 and in BTS, so... But I do know that sometimes it changes for people. Like their first impression, it'll be this person, and then as they get to know them better, they gravitate towards another member. So I do think that my bias wrecker in, K-pop terms is Jimin. So I think Jimin is my very close second. But again, love all the BTS members like very, very dearly. Do you decorate your sketchbook cover? Usually I do. I didn't with this one because it is like a fabric, so I wasn't really sure if stickers would kind of stick to them very well. So I normally do though. Let me pull one out here. Where is a sketchbook here? So like this one I covered in stickers. They're a few different artists on here. This is Luna Lu, Winkle BB. This is my friend Nina. This is Monroe, I think is what their Instagram is. And this Nice Humans one is Fran Nerd. So yeah, normally I do stick stickers on my sketchbooks, but in this case, this one is like this fabric material, so I didn't do that. What's your favorite dessert? Ooh, I think maybe ice cream. I really like ice cream. Jin was the one that stood out for me before knowing any of their names, and he's still my number one. Yeah, I think it's, it's like a love at first sight moment. It's cute that both your biases, Jungkook and Mingyu, are best friends. Yeah, I found that. Yeah, the 97 line, right? They're besties. I love that. Yeah, I saw that Jungkook posted on his Instagram stories that he was at the Seoul 17 concert, which I thought was just amazing and so cute. So we appreciate the supportive friend 97 line moment. So yeah. I was very excited when I discovered that they were friends, for sure. Okay, I've been drinking so much water, so I apologize. I have to run to the bathroom again. So I will be right back, and we will finish up the line art, right? We'll do the line art on Mingyu here, and then I'll finish up the top, and then we're like basically done. It's a very quick session today. But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I'm back. Do you have a favorite Run BTS episode? Mine is the one with dogs. Jin and Adam were so hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I had originally I was watching the Run BTS like randomly, like I would pick a random episode just based off of the thumbnail. And then now I went back to the beginning and I'm like watching it in chronological order and then just like skipping the ones I've already seen. So unfortunately, I have not seen that one yet, but I feel like I've seen clips of Jin and a dogs from that episode. So I look forward to seeing it. In terms of my favorite BTS Run episode that I've seen thus far, I think pretty much any of the water park ones. Like when they did the like kind of wipe out obstacle course on the like inflatable thingies. That episode was hysterical. When they played like water volleyball. Those episodes I find to be really, really amusing. But the boys are entertaining no matter what, I find. I'm really curious to know who your bias would be in Twice with your first impression of them. We will find out. I'm sure I'll get around to checking them out soon. We will see. We will see. I'm not even sure if I have a bias in any girl group right now. Like the only girl group I'm familiar with where I know them all is Blackpink. So we'll see. We'll see. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to color the title here and then I'll do the line art down here. So for this color palette is extremely blue. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the line art blue with the title and then I'll just fill them in. Yeah. Or fill them in and then I'll do the line art with the blue. I am 30, dirty 30, which is ancient in some people's eyes, especially on the internet. But yeah, I think a lot of people are surprised about that. Because the way that the internet works, everyone seems to assume everyone's very young, but I mean, 30 isn't even that old in the grand scheme of things, but it feels old when a lot of my peers on the internet are in their early 20s. Gasp, a whole grandma. I know, right? 30, flirty, and thriving. Yes. I love 13 going on 30. That's such a cute movie. And I think people's perception of 30 is kind of skewed as well. Like, so many people assume as soon as you hit 30, you're just like, you look 50. I don't know. I think people are really surprised at how youthful a lot of 30-year-olds look. Especially in Hollywood, I think, when people are like, oh my gosh, she's 32. And you're like, yeah, that's not that old. But I get it. When I was in my early 20s, I was like so petrified of turning 30. So I get it. I get it. What time is it for you? It is almost 4 p.m. I made sure to have like a really gigantic lunch today so that I wouldn't be starving by the time the end of the stream came around. Because that seems to happen a lot for me. Oh, honey, I'm 40 years old. Don't make me feel so ancient, would you? I'm sorry. Yes, it's true. I've come to realize that 30 is quite young in the grand scheme of things. So I will recognize and appreciate my youth. Also, 40 is not even old either. My sister is actually turning 40 this year. And I would say that we probably don't look that much different in terms of age. So what color do I want to do next for the N? Let's see. Maybe the purpley color. Yeah, let's go with that. This purpley color. My mom had 4 kids at my age, and I'm 24. Whoosh. Isn't that wild? Yeah, like my mom at my age already had 2 kids that were, and that's such a crazy concept to me because I cannot imagine that for my life right now. Then I too shall recognize and appreciate my youth. Yes. Yes, I love that for us. I want to use this color instead. Yes. I think this title sequence is looking pretty similar to my January one, actually, if I think about it. We'll look back at it. Hold on. Only child energy. Yeah, honestly, I'm definitely much a child at heart, 100%. Like my friend and I went to Disney World in 2018, I believe, and it was so much fun. And the benefit of going as an adult and not with children, because it was just the 2 of us. We got to go day and night, no stalling for kids or anything like that in terms of like our own kids. You know, we didn't have to like be on their timeline or their schedule. And we got to drink alcohol, which was great. How many siblings do you have? I just have 1. I just have an older sister. Not a big family. Oh my gosh, I smudged it. No. I'm so impatient. Look at that. He smudged it. Okay, let's not do that. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a metallic. Let's see if I have it on hand here. Do I? Unfortunately, I might not have the metallic marker on hand, or at least I don't know where it is at the moment. Oh wait, no, I lied. Here we go. This liquid chrome, I have never opened it before. Have I? No. So we are going to try it together. Exciting. I've heard that it's extremely, extremely chromy, so I still love going to Disneyland, even at 30, not even in a weird Disney adult way, just cool theme park and rides, and it's so colorful. Yeah, I think I'm the same way. Like, I I know exactly what you mean in a weird Disney adult way, because that's a whole other category. But I do like unironically love going as an adult. I thought it was a great time. And the thing, too, is that my friend and I that went, neither of us got to go as kids. And we were obviously very envious when we were children growing up as really big Disney fans. And so we were like, you know what? As an adult, now that I have my own money, I can do it. And it was a great time. The theming is incredible. And that was kind of Walt Disney's whole concept for Disneyland and Disney World, was that he wanted to create a park that would be fun for all ages, and I think he did a great job with that, or at least that philosophy still had held true. Although I have heard that it's gotten really, really expensive, so that's not very accessible for a lot of people, so unfortunately. The possibility of it spilling always makes me anxious. I know. That's why I've been trying to swatch it over, or pump the nib over here, so that it's not potentially ruining my page here. So Tina, my kids binge watch Heartstopper after your last stream and voraciously read the webtoons thereafter. They loved it, and I want to say thank you for the family recommendation. My child came out as non-binary to us after we finished the show, said that they didn't know how to talk about it, but I was empowered by the normalcy in the show, so thank you. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, and that is so incredible. I'm so happy to have been able to play like the teeny tiniest part in that by recommending the show, so that's incredible, and very brave of your child to come out and be able to tell you that. So that's amazing. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my gosh, look at that. That is, does the camera pick that up? That is so chromy. I mean, it's still wet, but that is bananas. What the heck? Wow. When they said chrome, they were correct. Okay, that's magical. Let's add it in on this balloon, because actually, this balloon is technically chrome. That's magical. Tinfoil pen, literally. I'm amazed. Yeah, I'm a California local, and the prices made me sigh. That said, there are people who love going to Disneyland every week, and I don't have that time. Yeah, I don't think I think that would ruin the magic of it if you went that often to Disneyland, because it doesn't feel special anymore. I think once in a while is perfectly good. Wow, y'all. What? If you've ever wanted a silver metallic pen, here it is. I'm amazed. I've only been to Disney once, and it was when I was a 4-year-old child crying because I couldn't take pictures with Belle. Aw. I haven't gone in 10 years. Yeah, I think I do want to go back to Disney World at some point. But I'll give it another, couple of years so that it still feels new and exciting, and there will probably be new things by the time I get there. But I might need to get one of those paint markers now, right? I can't believe I had been sitting on this for so long. It's fascinating. So let's add it in to this piece here for the bullet. I think the bullet is gold in the actual music video, but this will do. And he actually had rings on, so that's kind of perfect. Wow, that is amazing. I feel the need to go because I think so much has changed. Yeah, I'm sure there's like tons of new things for you to check out. Or yeah, there definitely would be for sure. Start saving. Have you tried digital art? I have, yeah, definitely. I have a few YouTube videos working with Clip Studio Paint, and then I also have experience with Photoshop and Procreate as well. So I'm gonna be good and not touch this while it's drying still, although actually it's not very straight. Let me try and fix that. Trying to get a fine point on that is a little bit difficult, but anyway. Wow. You're getting into 17 and I'm living for it. Yes, it's great. Slipping into the diamond life, as they say. Well, I'm glad I mentioned the metallic pen now. That's crazy cool. Yes, thank you for suggesting it. I'm really glad that we have gone down this route. It is very fun. How do you deal with art block? There's multiple different types of art block, right? There's the art block where you don't have any motivation, and then there's the art block where you don't know what to draw, and then there's the art block when you have ideas and you have the motivation, but everything you draw is garbage. So for me, there's multitudes of ways. One of them being fan art, because then I can kind of turn my brain off to a degree, or like fan art slash like screenshot recap redraws, right? Where I don't have to think about it that much. I can just like recreate something in my own style or whatever. And I find doing that helps me be motivated because I get to express my love of this thing that I enjoy. And then another thing is finding ways to make the process more engaging. So for me right now, doing this live stream actually is kind of helping me stay motivated because I'm able to chat with all of you while making something. And so that makes the process a little bit more interesting. So obviously not everybody is going to want to live stream or has the ability to do that. So another thing that you can do is I like to watch movies that I've seen a million times, like playing in the background. And then another thing is like podcasts or listening to your favorite music. So that way you're still being entertained in the back of your brain while making art. Basically just like creating an environment where it's a little bit more fun. And I would draw this in your style events is a great way if you're in the type of art block where you don't know what to draw. So again, it just like kind of relieves you from having to think and be creative. Oh my God, no, 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 not the spam. Hold on. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry about the spam. Let me get rid of these. I'm reporting these spammy comments. Hold on. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't get those very often. Oy. Okay. Oh no, not the Tinder bots. I know it's been like 2 hours, 2.5 hours without them. Proposal to put my initials on Gu's hands because he asked me for it. He's next to me. Also, can we just discuss how uncreative these website titles are? Naked HD. True. Make it more exciting. Make it more creative. Anyway. Apologies for that detour. Okay. This pen is slowly, I think, losing its steam. But I think if I do this, it should help. There we go. Whoops. That was a lot of paint, but that's okay. Now it should be, yeah, now it's juicy, juicy. Juicy, juicy, as they say in the hot music video. Okay. I think I'm going to give it a drop shadow as well so that it stands out and then it's a little bit different from these balloon. Do you have a time frame on when you will reopen your store? You know what? I do apologize. I don't know yet. Because of the in-person conventions I'm doing, I think it'll be tricky to figure out like keeping track of inventory if I'm having my shop and the convention sort of ongoing at the same time. So I might, I'm kind of debating on whether or not I want to have the shop open in between some of these conventions, or just wait until the convention season is over and then open the shop. But if I wait till it's over, that means it wouldn't be open until September, which feels kind of far away. So we'll see. I definitely keep my patrons in the loop at all times. They usually are the first to know about those kinds of things. And then I'll definitely make an announcement on Instagram and YouTube when the shop does open. Whenever that may be. Do you ever get unfinished art pieces that you will never go back to, even if you wanted to? Yes, I do have a few of those. It doesn't happen often. I find I'm usually pretty good at seeing an entire piece all the way through, but there are a few pieces that I have unfinished that I probably will never get to. But yeah, it doesn't happen very often, thankfully. Is it terrible that I legit forget that I'm one of your patrons? Well, thank you for being one of my patrons. That's not a bad thing. You're entitled to be a patron in whatever capacity you want to be. But I do post extra content on there, so it might be worth popping in to check out what you're paying for. My philosophy on unfinished pieces is this: you can go back to it any time, but you also have a lot more paper/digital files where you might as well try a new idea. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm definitely someone who I like to, like, when I mentally feel finished with something, then I just want to move on. So it's really hard for me to like go back to something that I feel like I just don't feel I'm not like as compelled by it in any way anymore. It's like I dropped it for a reason, I suppose. Okay. I think we are now going to do the line art of this boy here. So instead of using this paint marker, I am actually going to use a fine liner because I'm really worried about the thickness on this, and I want to make sure his face turns out decent. So I might use the paint marker for other elements of this, but definitely the face. I want to make sure I don't screw it up. I usually go back and bulk watch all the stuff I've missed. Honestly, I just love supporting you in whatever little way I can. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you're still able to check out the content later, because I would feel bad that if you didn't get to watch the stuff. When you want to relax and finish your artwork tomorrow and then get another idea the day after. Yes. I'm in love with the jacket. Yay, I'm glad. It's pretty, it's like pretty fun to like do all these like weird shapes. Okay, I apologize. I'm gonna be a tiny bit quiet now because I wanna draw this handsome face. I'm using a fine liner instead of a paint marker this time. I'm using like this like maroon color, but I will probably go back into the eyes with the dark blue. Whew, okay. so nervous. Okay, not too bad. The facial features are definitely the most important part. Okay, woo! Are there any art forms you would love to try out? Something that I have been curious about for a while is ceramics. I don't think I would be very good at it, to be honest, but I do really love ceramics in general, and I think that would be kind of a fun thing to do just for fun, like casually, like take a class and try it out, as opposed to turning it into a monetized art practice. Because again, I don't think I'd be very good, but I think that would be kind of cool to be able to make my own painting palette or something. And something that I would like to get into again or pick up again is polymer clay, because I bought a bunch of it a while back and I've only used it like once. So that's something that I've tried already, but I need to get back to. What is your favorite part of the art process? I think the initial like flat color is my favorite overall, because I use so many different art mediums, and they all have like slightly different processes, obviously, but in any given medium, there is usually, you know, that kind of first stage after the sketch is done and you're first putting down color. I think that might be my favorite. It's just so satisfying to see this blank page get filled up with color. And I find that stage, that early stage, is also when there's not as much pressure yet, because it's just, there's like, it's almost kind of therapeutic and mindless. I think I'm kind of like smudging. I think like I'm sort of smudging this somehow, even though I thought it was dry. It's like losing some of its shine slightly. Have you ever tried diamond painting? Kind of. So I used to work at an art supply store, and we started to sell the diamond painting like kits. And so we had a display table at the front of the store, and so that people could try it. And so I did I did try it a tiny bit, but I didn't really get into it that much. I found it so tedious and not very exciting. So for me, it was I realized it wasn't a hobby for me, but I can imagine it would be very therapeutic for some people because it's so repetitive and straightforward, but not for me. Not for me personally. No, 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 not this again. I am reporting these spams again. Man, I have to do them individually. I have to report each one individually. That's so annoying. Whew, okay. What's your opinion on Ohuhu markers? Oh, I love them. I use them all the time. And I've worked with Ohuhu a lot of times. This is not sponsored, by the way. But yeah, I really enjoy them. I use them quite frequently, and they're much more affordable than a lot of other paint markers, or not paint markers, a lot of other alcohol markers on the market. Like, I know a lot of people really kind of swear by Copic, which I don't really have that much experience with, to be honest. And so for me, Ohuhu functions just fine for my purposes, so. I gotta go to boxing class. Love you, and I'll have an excellent day. Ooh, enjoy boxing class. That's so cool. I'm actually like kind of winding down. I'm like pretty close to finishing, so you picked a good time. But thanks for joining. It was great having you. What is your favorite medium combination, and what is your worst? I think, ooh, whoa, did we all see that? It like kind of exploded onto the page. Luckily, it went over here and not on my drawing, because that would have been pretty sad. Okay, my favorite art combination. I really enjoy using watercolors and gouache together, which I don't know, maybe that's sort of a cop-out because those are my like top two mediums, I think. And then I also really love alcohol markers and colored pencils together. I think that's a really good combo for me. In terms of my least favorite, I don't know if I have a least favorite. I feel like, yeah, I don't know if I have a least favorite. Hi, Tina, just got here. How are you? Hello, welcome. I do apologize. The stream is kind of winding down here, but I am good. I'm starting to get a little hungry, hence why the stream is going to end soon. But also, I'm like pretty close to finishing this page. I hope that you are also well. This page is definitely a lot simpler than my other ones, but I'm not mad at it. I kind of like it. I kind of like how simple it is. I think what I might do, just to jazz it up a little, I might put like yet to come maybe up here or something. Oh my gosh, not these spammies again. Why? No. Yeah. What sketchbook are you drawing on? Your drawing came out so pretty. Thank you so much. I have all of the... Oh, did I not link the sketchbook? My bad. I am using the Arteza watercolor sketchbook, I think is the sketchbook. I'm not gonna lie, I actually don't know if I would recommend it if you want to use it for heavy painting. I would say that, like, even though technically it's called a watercolor sketchbook, I would consider it more of a mixed media sketchbook because the paper does have some weight on it, but I do find that it doesn't take water super well, at least not in the way that I usually use watercolors. So the reason why I use the sketchbook so often, though, and what the benefit of it is that from what I remember, it's pretty affordable. And so it's great if you don't want to feel super precious about your sketchbook because, you know, I definitely get that kind of fear when I use something that's a little bit more expensive. So I do think it's great in that way that it's a pretty affordable sketchbook, and so you can feel a little bit more free about using it. But it's definitely not my favorite paper for painting purposes. Have you seen Owl House? I have. I'm not up to date. I know a lot of people have been pretty hyped about the kind of newer episodes, but I have seen it. It is very cute. And I do love magic series, like series that include magic, so I'll have to check out the new episodes soon. So many TV shows in so little time. Okay, I was just wondering because it's holding the Posca pen so well. Oh, okay. So I was talking about this earlier, so I should definitely mention it to you. I primed the paper first, so that's why it's handling the markers so well, is because I used this gesso, and basically I just paint the entire page first, let it dry, sand it, and then that way it creates like a really nice barrier and smooth surface for the paint markers. So the benefit of that is that you can use the gesso primer on like any like heavier weight paper and it'll serve the same purpose. So yes, that's... Oh, why do I have someone knocking at my door? Is that my door? Is it somebody else's door? My neighbor and I have, our doors are like really close together. So they might have been knocking on my neighbor's door. I'm gonna ignore it. Because I'm not expecting anybody today, so... Oh, but you know what? Maybe it's a delivery? Okay, you know what? I'm getting nervous. Let me... I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, okay. Hello, I'm back. Sorry about the, sorry about the absence. Okay. Thank you for coming. I think we're saying bye to someone. Before I go, I was just wondering if this live will serve as this week's upload. Yes. Yes, it does. I am going to be at Montreal Comic Con this weekend, and so I've just been like really busy prepping for that. So there will not be a YouTube video this week. There will be a new YouTube video next week. So yeah, but I will definitely keep this live stream up after the fact so that people can come back and watch it. But so the reason why I'm like winded. I ran back because I was right. There was a delivery. And for all of you lovely, lucky folks on this live stream, we are going to open this mail together because it's actually the postcards I ordered from for this upcoming Comic-Con. So let me just grab a box cutter so I can open up this box. This will be a live reaction because I have not seen this. Ouch. Hopefully they're not bad. Okay, are you all ready for this? We'll finish the drawing in a second. Good thing you went to get your delivery. Yay, unboxing. Have you seen Owl House? Wait, did we go through this? Yes, I have seen Owl House. I love Owl House. I haven't seen the new episodes, but... Should I not use a knife for this? I should use scissors, eh? Hold on. The Demon Slayer ones? Yes, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and My Hero Academia. So it's a chonky delivery. Let's see. So 5x7. I want it to be a fun reveal. Hold on. Who's it gonna be? Ooh. Oh my gosh. Come on. Ooh, cool. It's Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen. Fun. Ooh, yeah, these are perfect. I mean, not perfect, but, you know. They're like an uncoated paper, which I actually prefer. I don't like, I don't want shine on my prints. So, not bad. These were made with Vistaprint. I'd never made postcards with them before, so also coupon code, guys. Feel free to use. Ooh, yay! Exciting. Yeah, these are, I'm happy with these. It's like not too thick, not too thin. Why is your Nanami hotter than the original one? I definitely like drawing my menses. Pretty handsome. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, shall we go through another one? Who's it gonna be? Ooh. Wait, did I order different? Why is the stacks different? I thought I ordered the same amount. Oh well. Well, I'll look through the box later. Sorry for the chaos right now. I know we were making art, but now we get to look at art. Okay. I was like... I actually use Vistaprint on my business cards for the con I'm going to next week, but I got soft touch on them, so it feels like suede. Oh, yes. I also got business cards from them as well. And I have been getting business cards from them for a while because they're like pretty affordable for business cards. The soft touches must be really... Ooh, cutie patootie, Tanjiro. I just posted this on Instagram today, so that's kind of perfect. Yeah, I'm digging the uncoated. It's just, I think because my work is so flat, or not flat, because like my work is also matte, I prefer a matte finish. Chaos is what makes streams fun. I'm glad. All right, let's open up another one. This is fun. I don't know why. Who's gonna be next? I won't go through all of them because I will, I'll get back to finishing the drawing and I need to like go eat, but I can totally relate to Tina's hyped feelings for the postcards, but she has to control it so she doesn't seem chaotic in the live. I know. The thing is, so a lot of people tell me that my streams and my YouTube videos are very relaxing, and I always am like flattered but also confused because I don't really perceive myself to be a relaxed person. I think when I start to like, especially in these live streams, when I start to get like more comfortable and sort of just like, I don't know, my slightly chaotic energy comes out. Okay, who is in the box or who is next? Todoroki. You are a very likable person, that's why. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Can't wait to receive my first Patreon print. Ooh, yay, I'm so glad. Oh, that reminds me, that should be coming in probably next week, and then I should be able to ship those out. I like the matte finished. Good choice. Yay, I'm glad. It's my first con as a vendor, so I was super excited and may have went a little bit overboard on the business cards. Honestly, I think that having too many business cards is better than not having enough, because it really sucks when you run out. So I think you made the good choice in going big on your business cards. Who is your favorite character in My Hero Academia? Probably Bakugo, I think, is my favorite. He has been my fave for a while. Oh, let's also look at the business cards. All right. Oop. These business cards are not new. I've had this design previously. I just wanted to order more because, like I just mentioned, it's better to have extra. It sucks when you run out. So these are not new, but boop. So that's the back, and then this is the front. Oh. I guess I got gloss. Whoops. I feel like I meant to get matte, but then maybe I forgot to select matte. That's okay. The gloss is not the end of the world. I'm glad that these are at least matte. My business cards being gloss is not a big deal. I love that you can still see the texture of the markers and pencils you used. Yeah, I think that's like definitely key, because I definitely want my traditional work to still feel as close to as possible. I mean, like, best case scenario would have been like watercolor paper, but that gets really pricey. So the matte paper was a good compromise. Todoroki is my boy. Villain-wise, I love Dabi. So I've been loving your My Hero Academia stuff. Oh yeah, Dabi is great. Dabi is a good villain for sure. I switch between obsessing over Bakugo and Kirishima, but my personality is more Midoriya. You know what? I agree. I relate to that. I find I typically gravitate towards characters that are different from my own personality, I think, generally. Okay, should we open up another one? Are we having fun with this? I'm having fun with this. Okay, let's do one more. I was always curious how patrons get their prints. Like, is it a gift? So the way that my Patreon works, so I have a few different tiers. I have a $5 tier that is like just digital content, so you get exclusive videos, and then I post like sketchbook pages and like behind the scenes work in progress type stuff. And then when you get to the $10 tier, I send out a print every month, and then in the $14 tier, you get a print and a sticker. And there's like new artwork every single month. And yeah, that's how my Patreon works. And then my like lowest tier, the $2 tier, you get access to, sometimes I like make polls, like Instagram, or not Instagram, make polls about like themes and topics and stuff. Whoops, sorry. And then a discount code to my shop. So all the tiers get discount code to my shop. Megumi! Our sweet boy Megumi from Jujutsu Kaisen. I got a mini easel to hold mine, so I got them in portrait view to look like mini paintings. I haven't seen many people do it, so I figured that'd be nice and unique. Oh, that's cute. I love that idea. Kirishima is so lovable. He has this manly side to him, but he's so loyal, and he's the only one to get Bakugo to listen. I love it. Yes, I agree. He's like... Kirishima is like kind of a golden retriever in that way, that personality of his. Is it okay if I live in Egypt, or would it be hard for shipping? Oh no, I will ship anywhere. Anyone, anywhere, so long as your country will accept the letter mail. it's all included. I just ship all my patrons, patron mail, I just ship with like a stamp, just like a letter stamp, to keep like it cost effective. So unfortunately it's like not tracked or anything, but it makes it affordable and accessible to everyone to join. Oh my gosh, fun. Okay, I know let's do one more, just one more, and then I will finish the drawing. Okay, sorry. One more. Your version of Megumi can get it. Perfect. That is my goal. Doo-dee-doo. Yeah, this lineup of portraits that I did was mostly male characters. Ugh. Bakugo. Woo! This one turned out a touch greener, I think, than I would have preferred. Like if we compare, like obviously it is very green, but if we compare like his skin tone, it reads a little bit yellower than, anyway, that's fine though. Overall, I still like it. I'm new to your channel and your art is so beautiful. How long have you been drawing? I've been drawing for, I'm 30 now, and I would say that I like really got into drawing when I was like 12 or 13. So it's been a long time. I mean, I love green, so I'm happy. Good. I mean, yeah, definitely there is a lot of green happening in general. Like the background's green, and then this highlight color is like a limey color, and then lemon. So it does work overall. But yeah, thank you for coming along to this unboxing with me. That was fun and unexpected. I'm very glad that these came on time because the convention is this weekend. So, all right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sneak preview for y'all. Okay. Do you have any special OCs? I do have one. Her name is Momo, and I've drawn her in my YouTube video a few times. Do I have her in here? I think I do, actually. Let's see. Quick flip through of my sketchbook here. Where is she? There she is. There she is. She's a little girl gang boss. And she's pretty cute. Not gonna lie. Are you gonna sell any prints of Momo at the con? I do have one. I don't have it on hand right now, but I will have a Momo. I will have a Momo print and a Momo sticker sheet as well. So yes, and I'm currently in the works of getting a keychain of her too, which I think will be pretty cute. We stand Momo. Yay, I'm glad. I'm glad because I can't wait to order these once they're on the shop. Yay, good. Yes. Definitely will be in the shop. Thank you. Your Sukeban Momo illustration is still one of my faves you've done. Thank you so much. Yes, she will be a print. That first illustration I drew of her, it's also a favorite of mine. I will have that as a print again. I think I'd like took it off the shop for a little bit, and then so now she's back. Okay. Thank you all for indulging me on that little detour. We're gonna finish up this line art here on Mingyu, and then we're gonna call it a day because I am getting hungry and I think I'm getting a little bit shaky now, so that's not ideal for drawing situations. So we're almost done anyways. Just want to do the line art on here because our man deserves it. Oh, I love BTS. Same. Are you gonna do more stationery unboxings? I'm not sure. So the stationery unboxings, like those are because like companies like reach out to me to do like sponsored collaborations and stuff. So that's when I do them. I don't really buy them on my own anymore just because I have so much stationery and products and stuff. So I try to be good about not accumulating more than I need. So it might happen again in the future, but probably not unless a company like sponsors me. Also, I apologize. I just realized we're kind of far. Here, let's go a little closer. Are your legs okay? They're not bad. They're not bad. I've been making sure to bend my knees here and there. I did choose to stand again in today's live stream. Normally I stand. Last time I actually sat. Oh my god, no. Did we all see that? My hand touched the wet ink and now it's all over his poor face. That's so sad. It's okay. I will fix it with paint marker again. That's the worst though, eh? When you ruin the face, his beautiful face. I'm getting very chaotic now. Okay. Do you have any plans for 200k subs? I feel like you'll get it at the end of this year. I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought. I didn't even do anything specifically for any of my YouTube lives, any of my YouTube milestones actually. So, but 200k is a lot. That's pretty exciting. I don't know. I'll have to give that a think. Thank God paint markers are opaque. Yeah, seriously. If this was watercolor, that would be extremely sad. Okay, so we're gonna do some damage control here. It might have been wise for me to also wait for that to dry. I'm just doing all sorts of banana things today, but... Okay. That's why I can't do watercolors, because when you mess up, it's hard to fix. Yeah, definitely not very forgiving, that medium. His beautiful, flawless face must not be ruined. I know, right? Oh, I can't choose a bias for BTS. They're all amazing. You know what? That's very relatable. They are all amazing. Absolutely. Okay. Not too bad. I'll have to let it dry again, and then I'll probably go a second round of fixing that up. But overall, you know, not too bad. Hello, I just joined. Oh no, I'm actually about to end the stream. Random, Bettina, do you drive? I was just curious about the gas prices in Canada. Yeah, the prices in Canada are definitely pretty high, but I actually don't drive, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But yeah, I just walk and take the TTC, the subway everywhere, more or less. But yeah, okay. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. I apologize for the slight chaos at the kind of tail end of this live stream today, but let's zoom up here so that we can get a better idea of the page. It's technically not entirely finished. I do still need to do a couple of like a little bit of bits and bobs. For the most part though, it's basically done. Oh my gosh, not this spammy again. No. Really testing my patience today, these bots. No, the bots at the second. No, they're really coming for me. All right. So my June favorites this month was basically consistent of fangirling over BTS and 17 with my friends. And this is like the yet to come bus from the music video. And this is Mingyu from 17 in the Hot music video. So yes, that's kind of the vibe. These were the soju kelpico cocktails I made for my friend. And it was a good time. And I had a really great time with all of you in today's live stream. I hope that you had fun. I'll definitely have this published up on my channel so that you can watch it back. And I do have a playlist of all my previous live streams if you want to check them out. And I'm glad that you guys were excited with me to check out my postcards that came in. So yeah, thanks so much, and I will catch y'all in the next one. I'll definitely make sure to make a post about it on my YouTube community tab and Instagram the next time I do a live stream. And yeah, I hope you all have